Oh my god. Gears of Pop is closing. Take that, gaming news timing. More on that next week.
Now this is hot.
Casting. Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101, the premier podcast that likes all things spooky. Boo! Ah! This is level 118. And with me tonight we have L.
Greetings and salutations.
Corey.
He literally took my word. So hi.
What word?
One word. Salutations. Like that was in my brain.
Really?
And you took it. So hi.
Copyrighted it.
And we also have D.
I'll take Corey's word and howdy.
Because he's southern.
That would have been a good backup.
Especially for you. You're down in like southern states. Howdy is just the thing that everyone
Welcome
says
to
each
the
other.
honky tonk, y'all. How are you doing?
Now that's the intro. Oh, man. All right. So, in Discord, we had a kind of a big discussion that I think we need to address. This was specifically in hashtag food and drink, and that's what style of fries is your favorite.
Ooh, stuff's getting real.
I have to remind myself what my answer was.
I was kind of hoping he did
I
because I,
know
was
what
wanting
your
to see
answer
what
was.
he said.
I remember.
I'm going to
Almost
throw
sounds
it
like your name.
to the food guy first. L, what's your favorite style of fry?
What does that mean?
I don't know. You're the guy that likes sandwiches. The fries go with sandwiches.
Wait, French fry is a sandwich now?
So we're not saying like
No, it goes with.
you're not
they
saying a
go with
place. You're just saying a
my
style
favorite-
of fry.
style.
Style of fry.
Steak
Actually, that's
fries.
not my favorite, so I'll change my answer.
Is steak fries a thing?
Damn it, L.
Salutations and howdy. I enjoy steak fries, particularly the
That's
Cajun
amazing.
fries from Five Guys.
Those aren't steak fries.
Just
They're not steak
damn,
fries.
they're good.
Those are just thick boy fries.
They
That's
good
it.
fries.
Steak fries are.
Red
Two
Robin,
seasons
those
that-
are steak fries.
Nathan's has great fries too.
Well, thank you.
You could even buy them at. Oh, that's your name. You could buy them at City. Oh man, damn it! Miss going to ball games.
You can't go to a ball game? No, we can't talk about this. We're talking about food.
Oh,
Yes,
This is
food.
more important.
Well,
Don't get sidetracked from the sidetrack.
don't you? No, it's all goes hand in hand. The entire reason to go to baseball games is to eat food.
Well, that is true.
I wouldn't know.
About food or ball games.
The latter.
Does Tennessee have a baseball team?
The Nashville Sounds, buddy.
The
Corey, what's your
Sound.
favorite fries?
Yeah, there's a big guitar as the scoreboard.
Yes.
I missed what he said. Probably wasn't funny.
What's your favorite fries, Corey?
Well, in Discord, I said something, and I thought of, steak fries are probably better. So since he took that, I'm going to go back to my Discord answer and say curly fries, but only if they're Arby's curly fries.
You need them seasoned, right? Corey needs curly fries that are seasoned.
Yes. And even steak fries, I like some seasoning. If I'm going raw dog with the fries,
Whoa. Hey.
then
Wow.
then I'm going to go with Chick-fil-A waffle fries, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. First of all, you shouldn't be eating at Chick-fil-A. All right. And
I don't eat
second
at
of all-
Chick-fil-A. I get it to go.
Oh, all right, that's fine. I don't know. I
And
don't
secondly-
like waffle fries.
You can put the ketchup like all around it, and it won't fall through the holes, no matter what physics and gravity say.
Waffle fries are quite delicious.
All right, we're going to be yelled at for talking about food.
Well, hold on now.
Nate has to give us his
No,
fries.
we got-
haven't said
we're
anything
done.
yet. Can't
We're done.
yell at me. I want them to be able to yell at me as well. I
Okay,
like
go
those
ahead.
ones at the fair that are they use a drill and an auger. So you just have one big fry, but it's like a big.
So it's like a wedge? Wedges are the worst.
Wait, is this
No.
this is a real thing? You just eat a potato?
Oh yeah,
This
it's a
is,
real
I have
thing.
no
So
idea
you-
what she's talking
You take a
he's talking-
potato.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm Googling fair fries.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
take
I'm
a
doing.
potato, you put it on a drill bit or something that spins, an auger, and then it just hits a blade, and you get like one long spiral fry that they then deep fry.
I know what you're talking about.
Are they next?
Yeah.
Are they next to the mazzarepas?
In my dream, yeah. But yeah, so you just take one long fry like that, and you dump it in the oil, and
Are they really
It's like
long?
a ginormous curly
they
fry.
can be they break sometimes. But yeah, they
I'm
can
looking
be
at a
really
picture
long.
and like it says Lord of the Fries. This is from Malaysia, and they look like foot-long fries.
Yeah, it could be.
I can't find one long curly one, so you're gonna have to do some research for me.
Sure.
So 10 minutes from now in the middle of the game showcase, when you hear him say, I found it, we
They're
know
also
what.
known as crispy twists.
Or not. That was much faster than I thought he would get there.
Here, I'll send you a video. This is great for the audio podcast.
They don't look that delicious.
We'll post it in Patreon
I
video
mean,
feed so they
I
can see
have
this.
to come up with something different. I can't repeat it as an answer.
Okay, that looks different than what I found. It still doesn't look
Yeah.
that delicious.
Well, it's seasoned.
It looks like it's
thin,
cooked too long.
It's endless.
Five Guys fries for the win.
Endless. I just can't imagine getting anything at a fair and being satisfied.
What?
Funnel cake? Are you kidding?
I've never been a big funnel cake person,
And,
and I've never really had deep fried Oreos.
And what do you call that Mexican street corn?
Now that's good stuff.
All right, you
And
know
I've only had it from Chili's.
Oh my god!
It's not even a street.
That doesn't even count.
But I get the idea. I know the idea of
If we have any Mexican listeners, they're
Whoa.
screaming at their car
Hispanic,
stereo right
man.
now.
I'm pretty sure we don't have any of them anymore.
Ay, caramba.
Dios mío!
Lord, mi estómago.
Oh man, this might be my favorite intro to the show. All right, let's get into the game showcase before we get yelled at for this derail.
Please.
Elle, have you been playing anything good this week?
All right, now we got to get serious over here. I have time traveled back to 2016, and I finally completed
Why?
Inside.
No spoilers.
Okay. No spoilers.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not the
But-
type of person to give you spoilers, but mostly because I can't follow stories and don't know how. I don't know what's going on. in these type of
Can't
things.
follow stories yet is so anti-guide.
All right, listen.
Go on.
All right, you had to bring up the G word, didn't you? All right, so
Real quick. Nate, did you play this?
Inside? Yes.
Okay. Well, just wondering. It's just Corey that's missing out. All right. Continue, Nate. All right. Continue, Elle.
it is just Corey that's missing out. So I believe a few episodes ago I referred to the genre of this game as limbo-esque, but that makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
It's by the same people, Playdead. So this game is actually in color, though, sort of.
Barely.
What, did they add red?
Maybe.
I mean,
It's good color.
kind of.
You're going to add a color. Red's good.
I'm just going based off the cover.
Yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but I will say that this is a good game that you can play without a guide because the achievements are all attached to the collectibles. And if you miss any of them, there is a chapter select, and you can easily go back. The only annoying part is they don't have numbers; they have little dots. So the walkthrough will say something like, "Go to the 42nd checkpoint." You have to count the stupid dots.
Yeah, Limbo
But,
did that too.
That's a first world problem. First world problem. It's fine. And on my RTDL, of course, since I'm a slave to the stupid thing, I was finally tasked to get the last one. But what I didn't realize is that you had to collect all the rest of them to get the last one. So that's good to know.
So I have a question. Answer's
Sure.
probably obvious, but
Okay, go for it.
don't judge me for looking at the walkthrough without
I
playing
know what
the
you're.
game.
I know what you're going to ask me, but,
But
go
it
ahead.
says the very end says you won't earn any achievements, but the game's not over. It'll take you 10 to 20 minutes, and there's nothing really hard on the way. Did you finish the
All right.
game?
Please tell me you did.
Okay.
Both of you.
All right. Ready for the answer?
You did. Surprise, surprise.
Well, yes, I did. It's a
You
4 to
better
5
have.
hour. It's a 4 to 5
Good.
hour game. It's like kind of like Brothers. Like, why not play the last 10, 20 minutes? There is a story there, and actually, I want to say that the end part was my favorite part of the game.
Right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It was just so satisfying. I don't want to say what happens, but just like the sound was so good and just satisfying. The ending up for debate, but I will say, and that everyone should play this game, and Nate's gonna like this one. There was an episode of Z to Z podcast, the Inside Spoiler Cast.
I never listened to that.
Skipped it.
So I skipped it too, and
So did I.
And I downloaded it on my phone, but I have a new phone since then, 4 years ago, so it's not there. But
That's what happened to me.
luckily, it is on YouTube. So I got to hear Freemhole's glorious voice talking about this game for half an hour.
Oh, he had some theories too. 'Cause I talked to him about it like offline, and he had some questions for me. He's like, "Did you think that the Vulcans and the Klingons?" And I was like, "I don't even know what you're talking
That's Prue. That's the wrong Z to Z guy.
about." Oh, sorry, the Romulans.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to that. I forgot that was a thing.
So what you're saying is we should do our own spoiler cast. I need to play this game.
I'm very much okay with playing this game again.
Foof had a good idea that you should stream this game.
You really should.
Yeah, I thought about it.
As far as the puzzles go, some of them are a little tricky, and you will eventually get it all done. Just you're like, once you figure out how everything works, it all kind of comes together at the end. Don't have much more to say about it, but I enjoyed it, and it's just cool to play a game that is not a 0 to 1 hour game that we've all played.
I will say one thing about this game. This is very high up on the list of games that I wish I could just completely forget and be able to experience it again. I really love this game. The storytelling that they were able to do in this game was remarkable, considering there's absolutely no dialogue of any sort in the game. There's no text, there's no talking. It's just
I don't know.
the game, just the gameplay and sounds that they do.
There's just one animal that chases you. It goes bark, 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 bark. I don't know. That sounds like dialogue to me.
Okay, that's the closest to dialogue you're gonna get.
I'm going to
it's a type of
say...
game. I'd like to talk more about it, but I don't know. I know some would say the statute of limitations for spoilers is over, but I didn't hear anything about what happened, so it was new to me.
I don't want to talk about it
Yeah.
right now, simply because Corey is here, and I really would like you to play this game.
For this type of game, we could do like a YouTube only thing, so you don't feel like you have to listen to it if you don't want to. But I think a big deterrent is I've bought this game. I have the disc version of it, but it's still in the plastic, and it's like a mint inbox edition. Why should I bust that puppy open?
You didn't get the Games with Gold? I want to say it was Games with Gold. July 2019.
I have no idea.
I'm sure you have it. I'm sure you have it. I'm sure the Limbo achievement is putting you off to inside, but it shouldn't. That's what I'm guessing.
You think I care about completion percentage?
You complete a fair share of games.
I'll tell
complete
you.
this one.
I'll tell you about a game I started a little bit later. How about that?
How about now?
Yeah.
Nah, it goes with Brad Cam. We'll do it later.
How about not now?
Not now is good.
Okay.
All right. One last thing on Inside.
Yeah, go for
it. It goes on sale every so often. It's usually $20, and I think I got it for like $5 or $6 whenever I completed it. So you can get it for cheaper if you don't want to, crack open your mint copy.
All right, I'll see about playing it soon, and maybe we can talk about it.
There's a lot of lore, and there's a secret ending too that I don't think anybody would find on their own. So
that's what YouTube is for.
YouTube knows about it. Exactly.
Exactly.
I watched it on YouTube myself.
All right. How about you, Nate? What have you got?
Well, I played, so believe it or not, a game that was leaving Game Pass soon. and that was the reason I played it. And that was Tacoma.
Another Mad Max. Oh, okay. It's not Mad Max. Cool.
No, it's not Mad Max. I'm done with my Mad Max requirements, and I can just enjoy it now.
Which means he won't play it.
which means I've already gotten distracted. Yes. So Tacoma is what I've been playing, and this game did not look super interesting to me when it first came out, unless I'm confusing it with another game. You essentially, I don't want to say too much about it. I don't want to say too much about the story because this game is actually really interesting. The story of it and how they dole out the storylines and the threads of the story. That's really the game. And that's really the interesting part about this game. But when I was looking at the, I guess the trailer for it or whatever, I didn't really know what was going on. You're kind of moving through this ship. You're seeing silhouettes of actors or characters. It's in 3D. And you don't really know why you can't see them with any sort of specificity. They're just kind of like blobs. And you don't really get a good idea for how they actually look. Well, the game is really interesting. I think it takes I think they said 8 to 10 or 6 to 8 hours. There is a walkthrough. The walkthrough will get you all the way through it with no issues. But once again, I recommend if you want to enjoy the game, don't use the walkthrough. When the game is over, you can go back in and you can get any collectibles that you missed. And I think it said it takes about half an hour at the most if you've missed all of them to run back through and get them.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Or, and the walkthrough actually doesn't do a bad job of avoiding spoilers. It just sort of tells you, okay, go follow this guy, go follow this guy. Now, everything is time-based, and you, when you go to a new area, sometimes you'll get a little alert saying, hey, there's a VR recording. So basically you're in this space station and, the AI, has been recording everything that's been going on with the crew members. You're trying to figure out what's going on because it's completely abandoned now. And you're basically just stepping through recordings of where people have gone and conversations they've had and things they've done, to figure out the storyline. And sometimes that'll branch. Sometimes you'll have 4 characters in an area. 2 of them will be talking and walking in one area. A third will come up, or maybe they'll go off. They'll all kind of talk together and then they'll kind of split up and pair off. And you just basically have to rewind the conversation, listen to one half of it, and then go catch the other part of the conversation that's going on in that same area. And sometimes during the conversations, characters have digital assistants that you can open and kind of read their email or read their instant messages or things like that. So you're basically creeping on these people, learning everything you can about them and just kind of figuring the story out that way. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I know Elle has beaten it. Elle, did you play it with or without a guide?
Probably with, to be honest.
Probably with a guide.
Bad.
And
Bad.
the reason I know this is because I barely remember it. So that will kind of tie into something that we're going to talk about a little later. But
right.
I'm looking at it, and yeah, I know I played it. I remember the basketball achievement.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're kind of stroll playing a little bit.
Yeah.
But but not knowing anything about it, going into it, it was really fun to discover the story. And then at the end, to have kind of everything kind of come together and be like, oh, okay, so that's the story. And then maybe it's not exactly what I thought it was. I don't want to give too much away, but it was a really fun game, really interesting. It's gone out of Game Pass a day after you guys hear this recording, but it only takes 5 to 8 hours. So if you really want to go for it,
with a guide, it's 1 to 2 hours or 1 to 3 hours. It says so.
Yeah, but you're not.
I was just about to ask that.
You're not going to enjoy the story if you're doing that. But
one thing I was going to say is I remember trying it on my Surface, and it just didn't work at all. And I see that there's a buggy thing, actually a warning on TA saying, "Don't play it on your PC."
Yeah, I played it on the Xbox.
Yeah,
so
it's 4K enhanced.
It goes on sale. I've seen it on sale before, and it's not that expensive. So, so if you can't get around to carving enough time out to get it done in the last day before it leaves Game Pass, then maybe think about this one. If any of that sounds interesting.
Are you thinking of the Turing test by any chance of what this game looks like?
No, the Turing test was definitely more puzzle, kind of Portal vibing.
I just meant the way it looked like.
No, I think it was just the trailer. I think I remember the trailer differently.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, that's, that's half the battle, though.
Just has one of those vanilla names that I talk about sometimes.
Tacoma?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Corey, what do you got for the game showcase?
So I played a little ditty that people of another generation might know. Not the game, but the franchise. And that would be G.I. Joe Operation Blackout.
G.I. Joe, American
With
Hero.
or without the rock?
I won't even touch that one.
Anyways, so
I love the rock, but sorry. No.
This is a new game. It's published by Game Mill, and they make a lot of licensed franchise games. So they have Goosebumps, they have Monster Jam, Nickelodeon Kart Racers, a new one, Cobra Kai. So this is definitely in their wheelhouse. And I would be lying if I said that just being a licensed game, like Koosh is getting into my head a little bit, just being a licensed game, I kind of wanted to see how bad it would be. And going into it, I'm just going to put this out there. I have no nostalgia for G.I. Joe, like none. I know none of the lore, no characters that I know except for Cobra Commander and Joe, which I don't even know if Joe's a person. I think he's the group.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't know Sergeant Slaughter?
They say "Go Joe," and they call him the Joes occasionally. So I don't know. Anyways, this game is a third-person shooter, and you go throughout 17 levels, 3 of which are driving levels. They're like auto-scrolling levels. You can't control how fast you go. You just move left and right and shoot. But the rest of them are, I guess, very linear-based levels where you have to do main objectives and get to the end of the level. And sometimes there's bosses and whatnot. Along the way, there's side missions, there's collectibles, and that's the game. And so my level of expectation was super low, and I came out on top with this one. I am really glad I played this. I reviewed it professionally for another site, and I'm really glad that I picked it up. It was pretty good, and TAD is not bad on it either. Now the achievement list is a very good topic of discussion because it's a very good list in my opinion. Each mission, almost every mission, has an achievement related to it, if not multiple, where you have to do something. It could be the side objective. It may not be. You might have to play with a certain character and do something with that character, which is nice. You got an achievement for several of the bosses along the way, and then there's an achievement for all the difficulty stuff too. And there's like 4 or 5 difficulty levels. Each one has their own achievement. Now, what makes it even better for achievement hunters is that you can play all of these on super easy. And once you beat the level, you unlock modifiers. Those modifiers give you infinite ammo, double the health, double the armor, things like that. You can make them harder or easier, just like Halo Skulls, right? I don't think they do anything to a score or anything like that. They just let you play the level differently.
Cheat codes.
Basically. So you have to play it once, and then you can do that. So you are playing the game at least twice. So I'm going through right now and playing on the hardest difficulty with the modifiers on. I haven't beaten it yet again, but like I said, it's very good TAD right now. Very volatile if it like catches on, which I don't think it will a ton. It's an expensive game, $40 for it. So it's not like shooting up there in numbers or anything, but it's definitely not as difficult as it might look on the surface, as far as completing the whole game on real American Hero difficulty or anything like that. Only 12 people have done it. So, but yeah, this was super fun, and from what I can tell, like it has a ton of G.I. Joe characters, and they're voiced particularly well for the amount of voice acting that there is. They also, I listened to another review after I did mine, and somebody who knows it said that they do sound like the characters did in the show, and it looks like something that you would see in a modern G.I. Joe animated show. So I was pleasantly surprised with this one.
I was watching a trailer while you were talking. It kind of reminds me of like Fortnite meets G.I. Joe. It looks
I
fun.
can see that. Yeah. And
it just has like that art style and being a third-person shooter.
Yeah, and that's another thing to mention is that the game can be done entirely single player with an AI. Once you start a level, you can usually pick between two characters, and you're bouncing between the good guys and the bad guys. So some of the levels you'll play again or in repeat, and then some of them you can have like 5 or 6 options. But if you have a local co-op buddy, they can play with you. So that's really cool. There's a multiplayer mode that's all local co-op only. You do have to play a little bit of that for achievements. It's super easy just to win against an idle controller, so you don't have to worry about that. But
I remember seeing the screenshots and maybe some trailers. I thought that this was a competitive hero shooter, and I was like,
I went in thinking the same thing, and I was kind of worried. So
actually sounds kind of fun.
That actually helps.
Okay, well that darn it, my hopes are high now.
Well, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now,
okay,
do I think that it's worth $40 if I really want it to associate price with, well, it's good enough? It probably is, like, especially if like this is like perfect for people who have real big nostalgia and young kids, probably boys who just want to shoot stuff. It will work for that. But as soon as this hits a 50% off sale and it's $20, which it will be based off of other games from this publisher, I think that would be well worth it. I think you'd have fun with it for sure.
Also, just to throw it out there for getting it cheap, it's physical and digital, so pretty good chances might be real cheap at GameStop in like a couple of months.
Oh, yeah. And you never know with licensed content. They like to pull that, so it might only be around for like a year. You never know.
on a shelf.
This kind of looks like just dumb fun.
Did you try any of the multiplayer?
Against myself, yes. Just for the achievements.
Try
So-
the multiplayer.
You have to win with every character, and you have to win with every mode. And the modes are like Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, and like a control point one.
So you double boxed it or multiple controllers on one box?
It's local only, so just one box.
Are there PSAs? Public service announcements.
So those would probably be in the story, and
Don't say it.
Well, PSAs are where they tell you like not to smoke crack.
Corey, you're reviewing a game. You got to watch the story.
I watched some of it, but
Well, it wouldn't be in the story. It would probably be between levels.
well,
or
that's where
as,
the
like,
story is. I did read some of the loading screens. I didn't see any PSAs.
Okay. I wonder if it's in the extras or something.
Is that
maybe?
a thing with G.I. Joe or games?
Did you not watch the cartoons?
See, I'm with Fufu I'm on the young side this week.
Okay.
So
G.I.
the
Joe, I don't
only
know.
G.I. Joe I know is like the one. No, I think watched the 2 movies with The Rock.
No, that doesn't count.
Hold on,
And
there were G.I. Joe
honestly-
movies with The Rock?
I don't really remember them. Like, it's been a while.
Oh. G.I. Joe Retaliation, 2013.
It's been that long? My God.
I probably wouldn't like this movie.
There were 2 movies?
I didn't know
I'm
that.
pretty sure I saw the second one. I know at least I saw the first one.
There were. Retaliation and Rise of Cobra. Not in that order.
Yeah, I think I'll watch both of them. They're not great movies, but once again, it's just dumb fun
Let me tell you,
movies.
the 360 game that came out after Rise of Cobra, chef's kiss.
Well, you
I
know
think
what?
I think
This
I
one
remember
might
you
get a
talking about
chef's
that
kiss
game.
as well. Now, I did look up a YouTube video for this other new game that they came out with, Cobra Kai. It doesn't look as good, but G.I. Joe was good.
I'm interested in that Cobra Kai because I don't remember them having ice powers and fire powers. I don't know. Season 3 isn't out yet, so who knows?
I haven't watched it.
I wonder how connected to Netflix it is.
Yeah, you did talk about this Rise of Cobra game. I remember this now. All right. With that, let's continue on. Al, you had another game you want to talk about?
All right. You guys like hearing about Rocket League?
I like playing it more, but yes, I like hearing about Rocket League.
All right, some quick Rocket League stories. The tennis mode, unfortunately, has gone away and it's been replaced by some spiky ball thing.
What? Why?
Yeah,
That was fast. My
because
God.
it was timed for like 2 weeks, and now this. Yeah,
I
It's like
enjoyed that
tetherball?
one.
What's it like?
it's terrible.
Oh,
So no, the other
Well,
one,
how's
the
it
one
go?
that he said that was like tennis. Like as soon as you touch the ball, it will automatically, like a magnet will take it towards the other goal. But depending on the trajectory of the angle that you were at, you might hit the wall or something, and if you hit the back wall, it'll come right back at you. So it was less about even going on the other person's side unless you're going to blow them up. But it was just a game of back and forth, and it was very quick, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was starting to enjoy it too.
And then they took it away.
They took it away. So basically, this new mode, when you touch the ball, you kind of become attached to it with spikes, and then so you could just walk. If you have the ball, you could just kind of walk it into the goal.
It sounds like the Rumble mode power up there, because there's a spike power up there, and that's kind of what you do.
It might just be like that, yes. So the first time we played this game, we lost like 10-2. So we were like, yeah, this sucks, and we're not doing that again. But the tennis game is fun.
See,
That's a thing that happened.
so but you're also playing Rocket League like daily, right? For tournaments.
Yeah, the tournaments have
Got to max out that
the
rocket
tournament
pass.
satisfies that FOMO kind of thing. Like, ooh, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, midnight. It's time for a tournament. So we kind of stop what we're doing and we join the tournament. So
How many
some
pieces
interesting,
So in other
flag
words,
you
you're
have?
addicted.
some interesting stories. One story is that signed up for a tournament. It's usually me and Michelle and Facial or MDP, those type of guys. Brian, Chip, if we're really desperate for someone.
I'm usually there.
Corey will come to the party and say, I'm playing with randoms. I am playing with you, Al."
50-50. Yep.
So there's one tournament that we saw. It said generating bracket, and then it just didn't. So we were not put into a tournament. So just weird stuff has happened. There was one game I decided to play with randoms, and nobody showed up. A third player didn't show up on either team. So the first round was 2 versus 2. And I said, all right, should I even play this? Even if we win, then it's going to be 2 versus 3, right? Well, funny as it happened, after we won, got to the second round, a third player joined our team. I was like, what? Weird. But a third player did not join our team, did not join their team. And we lost.
I was about to say, well, that's convenient, but I guess not.
Yes, we wound up losing like 4-3 with 2 seconds left. Something. It was very disheartening. I was very mad. And then one other quick story is that Michelle and Facial and I joined another tournament, and then for some reason we got a bye in the first round. So I don't know how that works. And we wound up winning the second round. So
Real quick on Rocket League, I do like to play with randoms. However, it can backfire. Yesterday, our third didn't show up, and my other teammate, he was just so terrible. He would not stay in the goal when I had to leave the goal. He was hitting me, and I just left the party. I left the game like immediately.
Sounds like you played with me.
But I need to shout out MDP, because MDP joined me on stream, my last stream on Thursday. We went into the tournament. We lost, but you can get into a second chance spot in it, and so we did. And we got paired with this random, and he wasn't carrying us. I would say I don't even think I think I got MVP on probably half the matches, but. Anyways, we actually took it all the way to the finals, and then we won. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, that random ended up sending us both friend requests. I haven't played with him since, but like the rush
So much for that.
what's
the
his
rush
gamer
of
score?
doing to the I don't know. This was like an epic Rocket League friend request, not an Xbox. But the rush of getting to the finals was just sweet, and then winning was even better. And the thing I didn't know was semifinals is best of 3, and then finals is best of 3. So we were like literally playing for like an hour. So, but yeah, it was a good time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm rocking a season 1 tournament winner banner right now, so people get scared of me, but then they end up winning. So
I have now 2 out of 4 of the quarterfinal entries. How many do you have?
I'm at 2 as well.
Yeah, both of them were with Michelle and Facial. I think Michelle has 3 now, and Facial got his 4th. So he pulled a Freem and he left us high and dry.
Wow.
Nah, he would play if we wanted him to, but it's like, I'm out of here. I'm not playing. No, but we have a lot of people that could play. It's good times. Adam joins us too.
Jay Black.
Meh. Nah, Jables too. Yeah, everyone. It's good times. We'll see if this keeps on going. It's generally a nightly thing. We go on for the tournament, and sometimes we go on just for the tournament, and sometimes it'll be 4 or 5 hours later.
And we do have a Rocket League channel in the Discord that has been quite busy with all the Rocket League stuff, sharing clips and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a little too braggadocious in there for my liking. Some high quality people.
I don't think they're bragging as much as trying to share knowledge.
Well, they do stuff that I can't do, like score goals and
I feel
that they do.
and save goals. Yeah, so the other thing, last night, Devin decided to boot up Prominence Poker.
Vulgar Latin for those who might not know. Devin.
Yes, everyone knows who he is. He's just extremely important person. So I believe the reason that he started this up is because of the GTASC bonus this week to get 5 20G achievements. And Prominence Poker is ripe with them if you've never played the game before. And I intentionally had not started this game because...
Really?
Yeah. And it's not because of the crazy billion achievement. It's because I knew it would be something addicting.
Oh, do you want to play? I'll play with you.
Well, we're going to get to that. Yeah, so actually, I was really into poker. When was the craze? Like 2000 and early 2000s or 2003, 2004, 2005? Before you were born,
I don't think
Kenny.
Prominence Poker was out at that point.
All right, let me talk to someone intelligent. Koosh.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, my bachelor party in 2004 was my first ever trip to Atlantic City. And
Bachelor party in 2004.
I know. Weird, right? So it was kind of weird because we all went together on the bus, but then when you're playing poker, you're not really with your pals, and they left me at the poker table and then came back for me hours later. So that was a lot of fun back in the day. So Volgar and I were in the same private game, but we actually played legit. So we were not telling each other our hands or anything like that. And whenever one of us folded, we would then say, okay. The other one would say what they have. But it was very interesting. So there was no collusion or anything like that. We were in the Rocket League party, actually, that we were hanging out with those people. But I have to say, it was a lot of fun. The only thing you have to sit through this tutorial in the beginning.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
Ugh.
Like, they're trying to tell you, like, a story. Like, this is one time I don't want to hear a story.
Yes, the tutorial on that game is mind-numbing.
But you get a 20G achievement for that. Right away, you can create your character, and if you make yourself a male and then a female, or vice versa, you get another 20G achievement for being both genders. Then throughout the game, there's challenges to do, which I thought was cool too. Yeah, I didn't realize anything about this game. You'll see stuff like be in 5 hands or get 5 flushes, and there's little things to do throughout. So there's a 20G achievement for completing a challenge, a 20G achievement for called Blackjack for getting an ace, along with a 10 Jack, Queen, or King. So I got 4 20G achievements from that game.
There are a bunch of different venues in the game, and there are achievements attached to playing like 50 games in each venue, so you need to play a lot of poker in order to get them. I forget exactly how it is, but I know there's an easy way to get the achievement. But like, if you still need it and you want to actually play legitimately, like I'm all for that. To just play for fun.
Yeah, Devin keeps asking about having a poker night. And I think unlike Rocket League, this would not be fun to do nightly, but I think maybe once a week or once a month even. So I was asking around if you could do tourneys, and it doesn't look like you can.
There are tournaments in there. At least, yeah, there's tournaments. I don't think you can do a private tournament. I could be wrong on that. It's been a while since I've loaded this game up. The one thing
to remember getting a group together to play it, so I'm pretty sure you can get it. You may not be able to earn like crazy achievements from it, but
you can definitely get friends together and play, just for like fun, but the actual tournaments I think are online only. I don't think you can host a private tournament. If you can,
probably
I really
not.
want to do that because there's a couple of achievements that are attached to those that aren't the easiest to get legitimately.
Yeah, so speaking of an achievement like that, while we were playing, I believe it was Jables made a point that there's an achievement for winning a hand with 2-7 offsuit. So
that took a while to get.
I actually wound up going in, and the flop had, I think the board had 3 aces on it. And the river was a 2, and I wound up winning the hand against Vulgar. So he was kind of annoyed in one hand, but he laughed because it's just ridiculous. But it's fun to get the achievement without boosting. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I don't boost because I enjoy boosting, but it was fun getting achievements legit. And speaking of which, when we play Rocket League, it was very interesting because people like MDP and Michelle's brother Brian wound up getting the tournament achievement in the actual tournaments.
Oh, nice.
And I'm sure we rigged those a couple of years ago to do them. Just looking back, it's fun to do those kind of things legit. But sure, if you need points, you do some boosting.
Also, with Prominence Poker, if you're in GTASC and you need TAD, this game has some pretty good TAD. I know I used this last year in GTASC for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a game that is free will always have some good TAD.
Free, and all the achievements are pretty much grindy.
But I did say to Vulgar, like, if we are going to play, I don't know. I mean, I guess bragging rights is a thing, but I feel like there should be a little bit of stakes. Because then people will just go in with crap, and I don't know.
What do you mean?
Meaning, if you're playing for no stakes, people will just play stupid.
Oh, just go all in each round.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
See?
Yeah, that's the problem with playing online.
Because I wouldn't, in real life, go in with 2-7 offsuit and put thousands of dollars.
Is there any way to track your stats? So, I mean, I guess you could write them down at the end of each session and say whoever wins the most during this week or this month, you can maybe, I don't know, get a game code or something.
Yeah, Vulgar was saying, like, even if everyone puts in $1 and then you put it towards the charity of that person's choice or something like that, just for something to do.
I would so be down for that. Yeah, if you actually want to play this game, this is a tip for you, L, or anybody else. If you want to play the game legit, if you go into the quick matches that have higher buy-ins, you're less likely to find someone, or less likely to find the people that just go all in each round. Those people are usually at, like 100,000 buy-in and lower.
Yeah, I think Vulgar also said there's bots you could play again, and it just doesn't really appeal to me at all. So, I played those modes in like Red Dead Redemption or Gun, had poker modes.
I've played this game quite a bit. TA says 66 and a half hours.
Have you completed it?
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
I was just going to say, once you complete it, it stops counting. So
the only way I'll complete this is if like Bill Gates or somebody gives me like $1 million in Xbox gift cards or something, so I could just buy the achievement. I'm not sitting there.
Do you know about the
boosting
achievement,
this to get to
Corey?
$1 billion.
Oh, I was looking at Rocket League. You're talking about poker. That's
What?
right. I had the wrong page up, but yeah, I know about this achievement. It was actually, I just listened to a Z to Z episode that they had the achievement sponsor when it became the most expensive achievement of its time.
$50,000 if you want to buy it outright.
Yeah, right. How many people have it now?
Let me look.
It's like 9, maybe.
11.
10,
Okay.
11.
50 gamer score.
Yes.
And 3,698 TA.
Which
Yeah,
I
let's
think
do it.
somebody got like won a Twitter giveaway or something, and they basically got that. Apparently, I've played this game, by the way.
Wow, that's nice.
And so,
Good, you could join in.
don't be shocked when I tell you I have 0% progress towards billionaire. Only $8,000 of 1 billion.
And zero idea how to play poker, I imagine.
You go on the river and flip
Sure.
the jack, flip the fold.
You gotta know when to hold
You
them,
have zero
Corey.
idea. Speaking
It's
of
okay.
zero, hey Nate, talk about Katana Zero.
Please, thank you.
I can
So
hear
I've been
you thinking of that. The transition.
So this is another Game Pass game, Katana Zero, and it is quite good. I was
Is it,
looking
though?
forward. Yeah, I was hoping that this would come to Xbox, and when it did, oh man, it's so good. So the game starts off very quickly. You are kind of a ninja, a samurai. I should say you're a samurai in a bathrobe. And you got a sword. Well, they call it a bathrobe. I mean, I'm not being disrespectful. They repeatedly mention the fact that you're in a bathrobe and you've got a samurai sword. So the way it works, one hit and you're dead. You can get knocked down, but if you get shot or hit with a sword or something like that, then you're dead. And then the game rewinds. The mechanic behind that is that you're on a drug that gives you premonition. And I think the way it does that is by either letting you rewind time or just giving you like this incredible insight into time. So
That's interesting.
So what they're saying really is that when you are thinking about, or when you're doing the level, and basically this game is broken up into multiple rooms, make up a level. So you go into a room and there are a whole bunch of enemies walking around. If you fail somehow, your character says, no, that wouldn't work. So like he was in his mind picturing how he was going to take out everyone without getting hit. And it rewinds very quickly. You actually see it rewind and you go back to the start of the room. Sometimes the starting positions of enemies will change. That's not a big deal. I think on the hard run, because you do have to do at least 2 full playthroughs. I think you have to do 3 playthroughs. But on your hard playthrough, you can set it so that the starting positions don't change. So you can kind of just sort of figure, okay, this is exactly how I have to tackle this level, and the timing is the same every time you try. So that's probably a help there. So you beat room after room after room. You get to the end of the level. And this game is cool in that the achievements are actually fun. And they're things that you wouldn't normally think of. Yeah.
Nice concept.
I know. It's super cool. One of the very first achievements you can get is, I don't think I'm going to spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it, but I don't want to spoil anything about this game. So basically inside of every level, there is a hidden key, and the key is typically tied to an achievement that requires you to do something that you wouldn't normally do, or something that you wouldn't think to do. And it makes that level a little bit more interesting. So in some cases, you might not be killing something that maybe you think you should kill, or that you do kill something that you think you shouldn't kill. I don't want to get too specific, but it's really fun. And the levels don't take that long, especially once you get good at the game. They take, the first level took me a while, but by the time I was done with the game, I could fly through the first couple levels without really any trouble at all. It is very fun. And it starts out as like, okay, I'm in a room and I need to figure out how to beat this room. Okay, now I'm in room 2 and I have to figure out how to beat this room. So you just sort of think, okay, well, that's what this game is. It's just room after room of challenge and set up the bad guys and get through it. But then they start introducing story. Sorry, Corey. They start introducing story
Darn.
between the levels in cutscenes, and you have dialogue choices that you can make. Sometimes those dialogue choices affect how other levels play out. Sometimes they affect your ability to get an achievement. But you can always go back and replay a level once the whole game is done. So if you messed up a conversation path, no big deal. You can choose to do that level over again, kind of reset the flags that you need to make a condition pop up later in the game. And when you're picking the levels, it's super cool. You're looking at a VCR. So the levels are broken up into VCR tapes. So you pick up the one for the first level and you actually see the guy put it in. And then as you start the level, there's like a couple positions on the tape. One corresponds to like the setup for the level. The next one is the actual action. And if there are multiple checkpoints throughout the level, you can choose those from the VCR before you go into it. So it's very easy to jump right to what you need to do to set up the flags or to get the achievement or whatever. It's a very fun game. I'm loving this. I have 4 achievements left.
Yep. I was just looking at that. Like 2/3 of the TA here are in these, like the last 3 achievements.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So I have a really easy one to do, and then I have one that requires a bunch of setup. Like I was saying, I have to set a whole bunch of different conditions, basically based off of conversations that I have with this character that will allow me to fight him basically later on. And then I have my full run in hard mode. It's not timed. You just have to get through it. Once you beat a level, you don't have to go back through it. Once you beat a room, in fact, you don't even have to go back through that room. So it's basically just get through it. And I think after you beat the game, you get to choose your characters. You can choose a different starting character, which has a different weapon, which actually might make it easier. And then the most difficult achievement is gold medal. So that's achieving a total rank of gold or higher in a full speed run. I haven't tried a speed run yet. I assume it's going to be really tough. That's going to be most of the time in the game. But this is really fun. It's a great addition to Game Pass, and it's super cool. The action reminds me of Mark of the Ninja, but faster. And when you die, like I said, you zip right back to the start of the room, and you're right back in the action. There's hardly any lag time there.
Did you say how long you've been playing this? Because, I mean, it just came out on the 15th, and you started it like 4 days afterwards, so you're like a week in.
Yeah, it's not tracking on TA. I would say I probably put in 6 hours by now.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's really fun. Like I said, once you get good at the game, once you get familiar with it, you can just zip through levels. The early ones, for sure.
Color me interested.
Yes.
This looks like something you would enjoy as well.
And it gets really weird. Like, the story gets really weird. And for a game that I didn't really think had a whole bunch of story, the fact that the story gets weird is kind of crazy. And it does set it up for a sequel. So this could be really cool. I've heard people say that it's similar to Hotline Miami, which I haven't played, but I'm kind of interested in. If it wasn't so expensive for the Hotline Miami collection, I would consider picking that up.
And since you mentioned it, I noticed that the beat the game achievement is titled To Be Continued. So
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Another super cool thing. Like, every time he starts the level, he puts on like a Walkman. So he puts his headset on and he like hits the start button. He's a little guy. He's just this little sprite. And he hits like the start button. You see like the track that's playing and the music starts. It's a super cool game.
It's like Star-Lord.
Yes, exactly. It's like Star-Lord, which is the best opening to any Marvel movie, is that dance sequence.
You're not wrong.
All right. Katana Zero sounds really cool, Nate.
Yeah, so I had one hell of a week. I didn't really get to play anything, which let's go on to a community question, which kind of, talks about that. Elroy asks us the question: Are you happy with the way that you are currently playing games, and do you intend to change anything on the onset of a new generation? So I'm going to start this off before I kick it to you. My answer is no, I'm not happy with the way I play games right now. Between being incredibly busy at work, working overtime, other things going on in life, having a new baby, and this podcast, no, I don't play enough. I am by no means happy with the way I play games. If I do get a Series X, I do hope to play it more. Yeah. With that,
let me read what Elphalet said.
Okay. I'll let you read the rest of it.
All right, well, you go.
Because I totally wasn't about to go read all that.
All right. I need to say this in a British accent. The Hall of Fame event has... No.
That's not British.
All right, this is from Elphalet. The Hall of Fame event has somewhat opened my eyes to the downsides of chasing the score, and I've been a little introspective about this hobby as a result. All the weird things I do due to achievements. Not start games that I can't complete, read guides for games potentially tarnishing the experience, play games I have zero interest in for the score, and pass up opportunities for non-gaming experiences. And then he says the positives, of course, are meeting great people for co-op and boosts, playing a huge variety of games, enjoying the fun of contests, and challenging himself. He'd like to game less next generation. What's he going to do, go outside or something? He's going to focus on games he wants to play. Well, that's just silly. Well, I'll go ahead and echo Eliphalet's sentiment. I don't really regret playing easy games or grindy games. I don't regret it, but I do find it disturbing not playing some of the AAA games. I've stated stuff like this before.
I agree.
Like not playing games on my backlog, and just to start, like even if I play a half-hour Ratalaika game, that's a half hour I could be playing something else.
That's actually a good experience instead of just an easy 1K.
But occasionally, I will start a game like that, but I don't tend to follow through and finish a lot of these campaigns. So I think there's intimidation plays a factor. And I don't know. I don't know if it's the love for more gamer score. It's just experiencing multiple games. I think that's what Corey likes.
Well, at this rate, I would feel like for you, El, it's just keeping that damn streak alive.
Yeah, that's easy. I have lots of games. So when the Xbox Series X comes out, I would say at the very least I will pick a new and shiny game and play that on top of whatever else I got going on. Not going to stop playing Rocket League. I'm not going to stop playing Easy Game if I feel like it. But definitely something new and shiny and AAA shall be played. Corey, what are you thinking?
So, am I happy with the way that I currently play games? I mean, yeah. If I wasn't, then I wouldn't do it. Now, I get frustrated with myself because I sign myself up for too much. And so, there's just not enough time in the day to play all the games I want to play. And it just kind of sucks. Like, there's a lot of games I've bought and have just dived. And I should really go back and play them, but I'd sign myself up for stuff that is a time crunch, or I just want to play new stuff. It's a big thing with me. So, I don't know. I just want more time, but that's not going to happen. But that's not going to change that. And then, do I intend to change anything? No, not really. Like I said, I don't have an affinity for a lot of older stuff. Probably why I haven't played Inside. That hype train is kind of past. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, baby. Gonna keep getting that gamer score with as many games as I can.
You enjoy watching that number go up still?
I mean, every so often I look at it, I guess, but not too often. I just like to play new stuff. I like to play a lot of stuff. Brand new game came out in Game Pass yesterday, Carto. I just picked it up and looked fun, and I just wanted to try it out. So I just need to touch all the pies.
Ooh. Hey, do you know what Carto is short for?
Cartographer.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised.
Thank you. It's a map game.
It is about maps. Pretty cool. You
Are
can
they
rotate
silent?
the maps.
Don't get that joke.
Prue will understand.
It's a Halo thing. Silent cartographer.
Oh,
I get it.
I get it
Hey,
now.
got that? What?
I'm smart. I listen.
What?
I was thinking Silent Maps.
I listened to stuff. I don't like Halo, but I listened.
I still didn't think you would pick up on that. Wow.
I know
Holy hell.
I know the achievement now that he said it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Wow. I'm very surprised you understood.
You're
you understood that one.
flabbergasted.
Look, just because it's not a good game doesn't mean I don't pay attention.
And he is the
Alright,
silent
so-
guy of the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah.
So
and
quietly
it's a
tell
good
us.
thing-
Silent guy, speak up and tell us how. Are you happy with the way you game?
Yeah, but I guess in the next generation I'm gonna play a lot of Halo.
Sounds good. It's going to be at 120 at 4K.
So am I happy with the way I currently play games? Sure, why not? Just like Corey said, if I wasn't, I would be doing the thing I wanted to do. So, previously, I used to play for a lot of competitions. You know, just I'd have a lot of, a big collection of games so that I could do things like, achievements by letter or games by letter and stuff like that. So I collected a lot of stuff. But then I also found that, okay, cool. I really like tie-in games. So I go and I play those. The nice thing about having, this library and the access to things and load times with the new console is that I'm going to get to play all that stuff faster. I'm going to save a little bit more time and, it's going to look better than it did previously in some cases. So super excited about that. My strategy these days for what do I play is just whatever I want to. And a lot of times
Smart.
I let Game Pass tell me what to play. If there's a game that I'm interested in that's leaving Game Pass, I'm going to drop everything and I'm going to go do that. So just like I did with Mad Max to make sure that I could get the one achievement that would be unable to be done after a server closure. So just like Game Pass and server closures, those things kind of help me pick what to prioritize. So Mad Max, I got done what I need to do for that. Bingo is coming up pretty soon, a couple months, 6 months, something like that. So I'm kind of focusing my random, my downtime on that. Tacoma just finished. After Party, I'm going to try to finish before the end of the month. Then when that's done, I'm going to go back to things like I want to do more long-term things like cleaning up my games where I'm in the 90 to 100% rate or completion percentage. So I want to clean up a bunch of those, not all of them, but most of them, the ones that are fun and are really close and are kind of like, why have I not finished that? I want to finish up my 360 backlog before, well, not all of it, but I want to tackle some things in my 360 backlog. And of course, the new and shinies. I mean, Cardo came out and that's what I do. I mean, a game hits Game Pass, boom, I'm downloading it. I'm trying it. I'm playing, half an hour. I've got it on my tag and all of a sudden I'm up to a new, game started,
1225.
Yeah. So, but then again, I also like to throw on some of the easy 1Ks. Some of those Ratalaikas are fun for the 30 minutes that you play them. The East Asia soft, those, shmups they're fun and you get through, you play them, you're done with them. That's fun too.
But everything in moderation. Like
Yes.
if I was
Gosh.
Waka or Mental, like Mental's about, I don't know what Waka's at. I just happened to look at Mental yesterday. He's about to hit 100,000 gamer score for the month of October. That is nuts. He's about to hit a foof in a month. That is nuts. And like, I would get so burnt out. That's
Yeah,
why
I can't do
I'm
that.
like 3 Ratalaika visual novels behind just because there is such a thing as too much trash.
Yeah,
That there
very,
is.
very much.
Not saying that the games are bad, but the way that we consume them, and specifically for me, not my favorite genre. I'm only playing them for gamer score. Trash is the right word.
I mean, I was looking at the sales and I was looking at new games coming out and I was just figuring out, okay, well, this is another easy 1K. That's another easy 1K. And I was just like, okay, I don't need those.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I don't need them. Like when I do need them,
never
they'll be
need them.
around, but like, I don't need to play them right now. I've got a ton of other stuff to play. And that's just how I've been feeling lately. So
Yeah,
I'm super excited for,
do you
for
find
this
that
new console.
you want to complete more games? That's like a weird gamer thing. Like when you and your wife watch like Gilmore Girls every night, you don't just watch like half the episode and turn it off, right? You
No.
watch the whole thing.
Well, unless we've watched a whole episode, we just need a little bit more, just a taste of what Rory is doing, and Rory's mom, and like if we just need a little taste of what they're doing to help us,
tell me Gilmore,
have good dreams that night, then we might just dip our toes into the next episode.
Oh, gamers are weird. We do crazy stuff. Thank you for the question, Ella Follette. Would love to hear more opinions from the community about this kind of stuff. It's very fascinating. Everyone has their own little style of playing.
All right. Well,
I would hate for anyone to be judgmental about the way anyone else plays. So don't do that. Don't do that, Kenny.
Possibly do that.
Don't do
Being
that.
judgment L is bad.
I tell you, I just want to live vicariously through someone that picks a game, starts it, and finishes it, and moves on to the next thing. Experiences it.
Well, if that's the way you want to live life from now on, there's a bunch of games on sale that you could start with.
Kenny, sale great!
Crap.
That was the best one yet.
I'm mad I actually set up so you could say that. Corey, what are you picking up?
All right, so
Or recommending?
There are two games. One I'm recommending. I stole this one from Koosh. That is the Mummy Demastered. I will recommend this every time it goes on sale. It's $10. Well worth that price of entry for the 6 to 8 hour Vayner that is like Super Metroid, or so I am told. One would need to play Super Metroid to make that distinction.
He does this on purpose.
But Mummy Demastered is really good, and it has an awesome soundtrack, and you should play it. I need to go back to it personally and get 100%. I'm at like 96%, and so I'm gonna have to get a map out and actually physically mark spots, and I just don't want to do that yet.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah. The second thing I want to talk about is a game that's going to come to Game Pass soon, because I'm probably going to buy it, and so you're welcome. First off, second off, it is Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. Currently not Game Pass, but on sale for $10. I've talked about it many times, and this is the price. It's not going to get cheaper than this. I do think it's going to come to Game Pass, but just in case it doesn't, you kind of gotta jump on it. So $10, that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, at least wait a couple days. I'm sure we'll hear about November's get podcasted very soon.
100%.
Oh, we already know about. I don't think we're getting Game Pass news for a couple weeks.
No, Games with Gold, excuse me.
Games with Gold.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go Games with Gold, but yeah, it's a good point. I will wait a little bit for it.
Have you played Axiom Verge?
I own it.
Yeah, that's my hesitation. Like, I want to buy the Mummy, but I have the Axiom Verge sitting there. I haven't touched it.
Without playing Axiom Verge, the Mummy is better.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Nate had to think about that one.
Well, okay, so it's Metroid versus Super Metroid. Which do you like better?
Really?
Well, obviously
absolutely.
Super.
Absolutely, it's Metroid versus Super Metroid.
And Super is obviously better.
Axiom Verge is supposed to be good, and I think a sequel is coming out.
Metroid's a great game.
And Super Metroid is better.
Super Metroid's a great game. Like, which style of Metroid do you like?
I like mine Super.
All right,
I would just play Axiom Verge first. Then go play Mummy.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Just buy both. That's what we do.
Here, you play Axiom Verge first, then you play Mummy Demastered.
All right, I'm going to do it.
5 years later, the Axiom Verge sequel will come out for Xbox, and then you'll get to play that.
Okay.
There you go. What are you recommended this week, L?
Well, of course, I tell you about how we shouldn't play easy stuff, and I will recommend all the easy stuff. So, looks like a lot of Halloween stuff is on sale this week.
Why is that? That's weird.
I don't know.
Spooktober.
Shocktober.
Yeah, Haunted Halloween is $3. I don't know why that game retails for $10.
Wait, is this the 86 one?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to say 86, man. Haunted Halloween 86.
Well, if I was vulgar, I'd say, "Oh, I didn't play the first 85 games." Yeah, I mean, this game is easy. There's not much to it, but $3,
11 minutes or so.
Don't Knock Twice is a game I had to look to see if I played it. Apparently I have. It is a walking sim. It's $6.24, half price, I believe. It's not so bad. 1 to 2 hours. A game that caught my attention was Adam's Venture Origins. You don't really hear too much about this, but I have a lot of friends on my list that have played this game. It's 4 to 5 hours at a ridiculous $1.49, and it's got the puzzle tag on it. So I think
the cheap price is common for that one.
Really,
I
feel like
so.
this goes on
I'm
sale
looking it up.
every so often.
for that price.
I don't know at that price, but I feel like I've seen this on sale before.
Yeah, low, but maybe not that low.
At least this year, it's been on sale for $1.49. This is the 4th time.
Okay.
Okay, so it has been every so often, yeah.
No,
right.
sorry. Yeah, 4th time for that price. It was $3 in March. Yeah, super cheap.
Really?
All the time.
Okay, cool. Elena Temple, I sang that game's praises a couple of episodes ago. $2.50. Grab that one. Goosebumps, I remember hearing a lot about Z to Z, and Crandy loved that game. This is the type of game that normally wouldn't get my attention, but my son has just started reading the Goosebumps books, so this might be a good one to pick up.
Yeah, pick it up for him. There's
$3.74.
There's some good guides for it. Is this the first one, right? Not the new one? Yeah. Yeah, this is actually made by the same people that did G.I. Joe, and it's developed by the people who made Shantae.
I've heard it's pretty good, so...
It's point and click.
Yeah, it's a stack.
Do you remember... I know you said use a guide, but do you, like, if you go in without one, is there missable stuff? Do you remember?
There's absolutely missable stuff.
You have to
Absolutely
do 2 playthroughs, I think, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, so no reason to use a guide on the first one.
Well, you might have to do 3 if you do that. I don't remember.
That's okay.
I think there's an achievement for like minimum actions or something like that.
Yeah, there's definitely like a speedrunny type achievement.
Like do so many actions.
Speed run and a point and click. Sounds weird.
Well, I mean, so many moves is kind of like speedrunning.
I mean, point and click.
Yeah, I get it. It just
And
sounds
actually,
weird.
the Monkey Island game has a 3-hour speedrun. I'm in the middle of that from 2
It's
years
an
ago.
old school point and click too. So you go to a room, you don't move around the room. You're just looking at the room.
Yeah.
You click on the locker, you click on this, you click on. So you're not moving to the locker, click on it. You're just clicking on the locker. So
Yeah, you're right. It is weird for those type of achievements, especially since point and clicks are usually, for the most part, trial and error.
Yep.
Like if you can't solve a puzzle, you're trying everything on everything. And then once you know what to do, it's kind of like, what's the point of doing it again? But there you go.
But worst case scenario, you could, start from scratch and complete it in 2 nights. So.
All right, sounds cool. Nate, what you picking up?
Well, I am looking at Xenon Valkyrie Plus. Actually, I'm not. I've already picked it up. It's $2 down from 10. It's 12 to 15 hours. It is a roguelite platformer.
Game's hard.
It's by the same people that did Riddled Corpses EX. It's fantastic. Fantastic, fun type game. Riddled Corpses, that is. I haven't tried Xenon Valkyrie. I just picked it up. In same developer, same sort of thing. Demon's Tier, excuse me. $7.50 down from 10. Not as much of a savings, but looks cool. And for what you're paying, you're spending less time. It's 4 to 5 hours. Roguelite dungeon crawler. So yet another genre twist. Looking forward to that.
So roguelite games have the monopoly on games with plus in the title?
Apparently.
That's what the plus is. You come back to life.
Is that what it is?
You're going to do it over and over again.
Sorry, Nate.
No problem. The Amnesia Collection. You may remember this. It was a gamer tag challenge bonus. It's now $3 down from 30. Does everybody have Snuggies but me? What's going on here? Amnesia Collection, $3 down from 30. It's a 15 to 20 hour survival horror, and like I said, it is the gamer tag challenge bonus game. So good times.
So when you hear this, you'll have about 15 to 20 hours to play it for the bonus.
Exactly. And then finally, I know that it was talked about before. Why don't I have a Snuggie, guys? Did my Amazon delivery get dropped? I don't know.
Well, we shipped our Snuggies, so
here. Here. I've got
Kleenex. It's totally a
slightly
Snuggie.
Used. So
Slightly?
Well, I blew my nose in it, so yeah, there's some open space. The last game I'd like to talk about is The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories. It has a 1 hour trial And if you play it,
Really?
you I don't know, get a couple minutes into it, you're going to get an achievement. So if you sit through the opening cutscene, boom, you've just popped an achievement. It's on your tag. Congratulations. It's $10.50 down from $30. It's 8 to 10 hours. It's labeled a puzzle platformer. Now, this game, it is fantastic. I have to tell you, it's like fantastically bad.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Yeah. There's the voice acting is horrible. When it first started, it sounded. I was thrown back actually to the narrator in Resident Evil. I could have sworn like some of the lines were just lifted straight from with the same voice actor narrating Resident Evil, the original game. It's so good. It reminds me a little bit of Limbo. So you're kind of running from left to right. It's a puzzle platformer. It's not as polished as Limbo or Inside or anything like that, but it is fun. It's a little more actiony. It's great. It's by White Owls. It's developed by White Owls Incorporated, which is a studio formed by Hidetaka Suehiro, also known as Swery65. He's the guy that did Dark Dreams Don't Die and Deadly Premonition. So that makes a whole lot of sense. after playing like the first little bit of it, it is fun. I love this game. And like I said, $10 down from $30. I know that someone talked about it earlier. I think it was Waka and maybe Elroy.
Waka and Kronos
Waka
reviewed
and Kronos,
this.
thank you. Yeah, they talked about this previously, and I don't remember what they said, but man, they did not sell it to me because I love this thing.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
I know that's a Resident Evil thing.
Yes.
I was 5 when the game came out, so I wasn't allowed to play that. I also
Kenny,
didn't think that. I also don't think we had a PlayStation at that time.
Kenny, what are you not going to buy?
I'm not going to buy everything. Nothing really piques my interest this week. Instead, I'm just going to talk about Game Pass. So, games that have been added to Game Pass. Carto, like we've talked about a little bit ago. That's on the console and PC.
It's a stack, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Five Nights at Freddy's. That's like, there's like 4 of them, right?
This is the collection, so yes, there's definitely more than one game there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You keep talking. I'm going to double check that.
Okay. That's on, and this is what it says, Android, console, and PC. I believe when it says Android, that means like...
It's xCloud.
Yeah.
Yep.
PUBG is coming to Android Game Pass. Unruly Heroes, Android, console, and PC. It's just weird saying Android now. Grim Fandango Remastered. Day of the Tentacle Remastered, and Full Throttle Remastered. They're the 3 old point-and-clicks, right?
Lucas Arts. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, quick clarification on Five Nights at Freddy's. It is all 4 of those games. If they don't interest you at all, like me, you still might want to look at the first one in that series, Five Nights at Freddy's, because there is a glitch, and you can do it in like an hour, 2 tops.
I thought that glitch was present in the other ones too, but maybe not.
They don't have the TA to prove that. I haven't looked at any achievements or anything like that. But
I thought that got patched.
Well, I mean, maybe I did it when it came out. But
I could be wrong. I might be thinking of someone or something else. But I thought there was like a rush to hurry up and do that because there was going to be a patch.
Somebody said update. I guess they're British. They say 10/28/20, which is technically the date that we're reading this. It says the glitch has been patched, so maybe not. So fair warning. Do your research on that one.
Yep. So one way or another, they're all coming.
I didn't like the game, just to put that out there. It wasn't like a super great game. Of course, I glitched. I exploited it, but the premise seemed dumb.
I've never played it. I've been like vaguely interested in it, but like,
if I recall, you're like trapped in this spooky looking place, and you can see these security cameras, and you like switch between them, and you can see these teddy bears that like they don't move in front of you. You have to like you look at the room and then you look at it again later and he's moved. But
Yeah.
you might I don't know.
You had to like do something before the mascots because you're in like a pizza place or something like that. So it's like the animatronics come to life, and you have to do something before they get to the security room and kill you.
It's basically a Chuck E. Cheese murder party.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's like a perfect way to describe it. It was big on Twitch for like the longest time. And then a couple more games that are coming soon. Celeste to Android console and PC. Deep Rock Galactic to Android console and PC. East Shade to Android console and PC. And Knights and Bikes to console and PC. All of that's coming November 5th. One of those. And then Ark Survival Evolved Explorers Edition is coming to Android, console, and PC on the 17th. I don't know if that's any different than the other Ark that I thought was on Game Pass.
It is not. You can get all the achievements with it, so that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I think the base came to Game Pass, but not the not the DLC. But there was a a console command that would unlock all the achievements in the DLC, even if you didn't have it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yes, it was very nice.
So actually, I doubt we'll see a bump for GTASC, but there might be some go uppity. Just maybe.
Possibly. Well, speaking of Game Pass, there's also a bunch of news that came out for Game Pass, and there was a couple of games that got touch controls added to it. So if you're playing on your phone, you don't have to use your controller. You can actually just use your phone and touch the screen. 10 games for which are Dead Cells, Guacamelee 2, Hellblade, Hotshot Racing, Killer Instinct, New Super Lucky's Tale, Slay the Spire, Streets of Rage 4, Tell Me Why, and Undermine. So yeah, that's pretty cool. If you get Android playing some xCloud, you don't necessarily need your controller. Some of these games seem like it would actually be kind of nice having touch controls instead of a controller like Slay the Spire.
So I actually tried this out because I just needed to know. I played Dead Cells. I played
Shocker.
Tell Me Why, and I played Undermine just to see how it works. Basically, there's an overlay. You can see it differs between all of them. So I guess developers can change it slightly. But you can sort of see where your sticks would be, and you can move them around. It works pretty well. And then they have like a radial button, or I should say buttons radially out from the right stick, and they have them labeled what they do. So A, B, Y. Sometimes they have shoulder buttons and triggers kind of on screen. You can just touch those areas to push those buttons. It did not work very well for Dead Cells. That's a twitchy game. I had a horrible time playing with that. I mean,
I could imagine.
The streaming was great. That was smooth, but like the controls just, oh my gosh, you'd have to be like a virtuoso to do it. Undermine was similar. Like it's not great for these twitchy games. If you have to do it in a pinch and there aren't that many buttons, seems like it would be a good fit. Anything that has multiple buttons, I'm kind of suspect on it. Worked very well for Tell Me Why, although the default sensitivity on the sticks was like way too high. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder if you can change that. And sure enough, you go into settings, options settings, and you can go to the virtual controls, and you can dial the sensitivity down. I bumped it down like 3 bumps, and it was so much better. Like I wasn't like spinning. I was trying to look around and just spinning around on this boat, this ferry or whatever. But yeah, so I think it works really well for games like Tell Me Why, possibly Hellblade. There's a lot of action in that. Slay the Spire would be fantastic, but I think this is really good for in a pinch, for walking sims, things like that.
Yeah, like a turn-based RPG, maybe.
Yep. You'd suspect that, and yeah, I think that's kind of holds true.
Well, first of all, you're kind of sus for saying suspect and not sus. Second, some of these games, I completely agree. I don't know how you could play like Dead Cells or especially like Killer Instinct with touch controls. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But like Slay the Spire, Tell Me Why, maybe new Super Lucky's Tale. Like
Maybe.
they don't seem like too bad. They would be helpful. Or let me try that again. They seem like they would be good games for touch controls. But yeah, I mean, even like Hot Shot Racing, I can see that being okay with touch controls. But anything actiony, nah, it seems more of like they're just adding it there as a convenience because they can, not as much as it's going to be a good experience.
Yep, I think side scrollers, things like that, where you don't have to do 3D kind of looking around, and certainly things that aren't like twitchy button, a lot of buttons. I think it's nice to have, but I think that's not where this shines.
Yeah, like El said, anything turn-based will be great. And then also in the realm of Game Pass news, Phil Spencer has hinted that there may be a xCloud TV streaming stick coming out, designed specifically for Game Pass, which will be awesome. As like, let's say you're going out of town and you're at a hotel or whatever, you don't need to lug your Xbox around. You just take this little stick, plug it into the back of the TV, and you're good to go. As long as you got a good Wi-Fi connection. Would any of you be interested in it if that actually did come to pass, if that was a real thing?
Hell to the yeah, but not for my house. So I'm thinking if this is like $40, I'll probably like throw it on like the living room TV or the bedroom TV occasionally. But I'm thinking like once you can like leave your house, you're like at a hotel for work, you just pop this baby in and you got games, man. Games for days. And there's no subscription because it's built into Game Pass Ultimate. And I mean, as long as it works there, I think this would be a hit, to be honest.
I completely agree. This seems completely doable since all you gotta do, since xCloud is already a thing, all you gotta have is like some little dongle that just connects to the internet and gives you access to Game Pass.
And you can use your existing controller. I would imagine that would be it. You wouldn't have to buy anything new. So, and I think that as long as it's not more than $40, because that's how much Fire Sticks are and Chromecast or whatever. I think it will work out.
I mean, honestly, even if this was a little bit more expensive than $40, I still feel like it would be a hit. Like, this is the kind of thing where I kind of want one just, stick in the bedroom TV, just, at night instead of having to take the Xbox from my game room up there or something like that. It's just like, oh, it's just there. I'll just play something on Game Pass. It's easy. And then not to mention with the way xCloud is going on with all this kind of stuff, who knows? Maybe this will have console streaming. So instead of actually having to buy another Xbox or even have to buy an Xbox, you might just be able to use this little dongle that plugs into the back of your TV.
I didn't even think about that. Good shout.
Who knows? You might be able to have your entire Xbox game library in the size of a stick of chewing gum. Take it anywhere and play.
Yeah, I've got to say, though, hotel internet is horrible. Like,
it really is.
Well,
so if you were on vacation at like your folks' house or someplace else, someone who had residential internet with decent Wi-Fi, then absolutely, I think this would be fantastic for that. Or if your employer is paying for like the super good
business class
internet, the business class, or you're on Apple and you're grandfathered into data, possibly then that would work fine as well. You could set up your phone with a hotspot or something.
I was just about to say I would use my phone's hotspot.
Yeah, so
because hotel internet is never good.
Seems like a great cheap potentially replacement for an Xbox, as long as you want to play Game Pass stuff right now, and maybe console streaming. Who knows?
Cheaper than buying a whole new box or lugging it around in your carry-on.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, with that, let's carry on. let's get into our contests. Corey, give us a GTASC roundup.
All right. So for GTASC, we have our weekly losers. This week's losers include Tony Coconuts, Hackenpone, and Unstoppable KD. On the team side, they all were eliminated on their teams. I don't know the teams. That's something that is just not told to me. So sorry that you guys are out. And on the individual side, Dunkos and Hackenpone, again, are both out on individual, which means they did not get their badge if they were after one. We are now officially past badge week, and that elitist club is the same, I think. I don't think anybody got eliminated that I've seen so far, but yeah, now it's smooth sailing. I would hope for, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Smooth sailing until Thanksgiving. How about that?
I got my badge. Woo!
Are you out now? You done?
No.
Are you going to try?
Yeah. I even
No.
got the bonus of 20 Xbox 360 achievements. Booted up some Rayman Legends and this game. And that game is 50 achievements, so you can get a good amount of achievements if you've never started it up.
You can get at
Not
least
bad.
one.
At least one. Hey, wait. No, more than that. And yeah, still got team going. Yeah, booted up some Ultimate Chicken Horse. I don't know. There's always something to get some TAD in. Not going to lose on purpose, like I said last week. Keep it going for a little while.
But Nate is definitely going to lose on not purpose as well.
So I thought about just dumping my bonuses, but I don't know. I'm not going to try. I'll put it that way.
Sorry, team.
Come
Sorry,
on.
team. Well, we all went into this thing knowing that, we'd go as far as badge week, and then who knows what goes after that. And, I score a lot, so I'll get a lot of TAD. It's just I'm not going to go crazy.
I'm kind of a big deal. You might have heard of me.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, the way I play, I score enough TAD to stay in it. So I'm not going to go crazy, go nuts when people start scoring crazy things. I'm not going to try to stay in it. But my head will probably be above water for another week or two.
He tries 60% of the time.
Works every time. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I suffer from a lot of decay. I don't really know why. Well, it's probably like new games and stuff. Like I mentioned before, I like to play new stuff.
Yeah, you know why.
So, yeah, I kind of do know why, but I can at least go back to playing more of those games. Oh, GTASC, you sweet, sweet mistress.
Speaking of mistresses, Nate,
What?
give us a
when you
rundown
play
on Gamertag Challenge.
Well, when you play a new game, you play it at the start of the week so that everyone else that wants to play it also plays it. You get the minimum amount of decay. Gamertag Challenge is still Dark Lord Davis. We mentioned the Amnesia Collection is cheap, super cheap, and it would get you 1 extra point, so why not? And his bonus is the Swear Jar. Any achievement containing a swear word or censored swear word is worth 1 draw. We have not yet drawn the tag for November because that was something I probably should have done and didn't do. So we will announce that next week.
If you're in Discord, it'll be there day one, right?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. So Discord exclusive for a few days if you're not there.
There you go.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun to announce it on our live episode.
Well, we will, but
That's right, we will.
It'll also be in Discord.
All right.
Well, that takes us to our final thing. Hashtag Brad Camp. Take it away, Corey.
Okay. For completions, we have Simpso. They have completed 50 games, and Mental Knight has completed 500 games. And I bet at least 50 of those were this month. Mental Knight also hit 45% completion percentage. So that's impressive. And that's all I got.
In ratio, nobody did anything. Try harder. In streaks, Kabo 73 is currently on a 10-day win streak, as is Simpso. For real streaks, we have Doughboy with 25, Eliphalet 77 with 25, I Need to Go Pie 25 day. We have the Alpha Seagull is currently rocking a 150-day achievement win streak. Chesno is currently rocking a 300-day achievement win streak, and Prue is cruising at 1,700 days.
Amateur.
In Achievements 1, the Alpha Seagull has won 2,000. Matt Cam 09, 6,000. Xlax Jester, 7,000. Sabin Rothschild, 10,000. Achievements 1. Rocker Dude 5012, 14,000. Matthew I don't know how to say that, 17,000, along as well as Northern Lass, who has also unlocked 17,000. Enigma Gamer 77, 19,000. And Vulgar Latin 22,000. Achievements 1.
Nice. Freaky Row has reached a milestone of 350,000 gamer score. Rocker Dude has reached 500,000 gamer score.
Nice.
Did you do something special for that 500,000, Corey?
Yeah, I played a bunch of crappy games to get me to the sweet spot that I needed, which was 20 gamer score away. And that included popping the 1G achievement in Overcooked. I have no plans of going back to that one.
Oh,
I feel that.
So you know. And I happened to find, I only planned this like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh crap, I need to pick an achievement. And I kind of got lucky. I don't know how I found it, but the very first achievement in Strider is called the Master of Unlocking. So it was a cool one for like unlocking, and then it's a Vayner. So I just took that and went with it.
all right.
Yeah.
And do you know what Master of Unlocking is a reference to?
Castlevania, unlocking doors. I don't know. The gamer looks like Castlevania to me. No, I don't.
Kenny?
The Master of Disguise.
Nate?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's Dance Central for Master of Popping and Locking, or maybe Resident Evil.
Yes, it's also Resident Evil 1, the most famous line in the game.
Why?
If you say so.
I do say so. I saved that for this moment. Now,
Well, what did they do in the game that says that? Apparently, there's a lot of achievements called Master of Unlocking, though.
Yes, there are. Just based on that one line, there's a lockpick that's introduced early in the game. It's just the way the voice acting says, "And me, the Master of Unlocking."
Translation's fun.
It's just funny. And
It's an old person thing, apparently.
NBA Kirkland, 650,000. Mental Night. Hopefully, we have some real milestones for you this week. This is a good one. 800,000. And
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Prue is on the precipice of greatness with 900,000. Only he didn't play a crappy Smash Brothers game. Matt Cam has reached a milestone of 300,000 TA. Hat 90 as well, 300,000 TA. X Neo 21X, 700,000 TA. And Mental Night, 1.4 million TA. All right, Mental Night again is in the top 500
Daggone
of
it.
the TA leaderboard for platformer and the top 500 TA leaderboard for shmups. Nicely done.
Nice.
Hat 90 is in the top 20,000 of the TA leaderboard for simulation racing. That sounds interesting.
That's
And
a thing.
Michael KV, let us know in Brad Camp he's in the top 20,000 of the TA leaderboard overall. Mattism, haven't heard from him lately, is now in the top 5 of the Oklahoma TA leaderboard for Vayners. Wow,
Nice.
that's almost good.
Nice.
Easy Fuzz is in the top 5 of the Wisconsin Gamerscore leaderboard for management. Rocker Dude is in the top 50 of the games played leaderboard for Vayners.
I bet you
Have
can't
you
guess the game that
you-
got me that one.
Took many strides towards it, but have you looked into
Bad.
that? Like how many out of how many you've played?
Vayners, I can tell you in
right.
about
I'll
2
keep going.
seconds. No.
Matt.
There's 100 Metroidvania games, which there was only 99 the other day. What just came out?
100.
Strider.
Grisland.
Micetopia
What?
What?
comes out in a month.
And
Less
purchased.
than. Oh gosh.
And now I'm interested. What? I gotta look it up.
Go on.
It's a Ratalaika.
man.
Matthew H00 in the top 10 of the Ireland Gamerscore leaderboard for tower defense. Defense, of course, is spelled wrong. It does not have a C. It has an S. Come on now. Chesno is in the top 500 of the England Gamerscore leaderboard for collectible card games. In the top 10,000 of the England Gamerscore leaderboard for education and trivia.
Now that's a leaderboard to track.
Chesno. Come on. Unstoppable KDs in the top 20 of the Texas TA leaderboard for Rogue Lights. In the community spotlight, I'll give my buddy Alex RD a shout. He took the time to cut and paste a bunch of achievements into Brad Camp, so I'll read them off real quick. 7,500 achievements won, 185,000 gamer score, 360 KTA, which gives him almost a 2 ratio, right? Wow. And 145 completions. And since we've been recording for like 4 years, it's almost Fufu's birthday. Kenny, happy birthday, man.
Why, thank you.
That's exciting. You have any plans?
Going
to work.
Go to work.
Yeah.
Come home, eat dinner, edit the podcast.
Ah, you're that age, yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you some more
I haven't cared
stuff.
about my birthday since I was 17.
All right. Well, I'll give you some more stuff to edit hastily. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the stealth drop of Star Wars Episode 1 pod racing game. Apparently, this was on the PS4, but the thing that's interesting to me is, we have N64 games coming here now. This opens up a lot of possibilities. I don't know. It was exciting.
Okay. So when I saw it, because it's Star Wars Episode 1 pod race, I'm just like, Episode 1 as in an older game?
Yeah. This is an N64 port.
This
Interesting.
is podcasting.
So yeah, this is a $15 game, but apparently it's 1 to 2 hours with cheats.
It's a straight port from whatever you said, the N64 or whatever. So
Yeah, but that's.
it looks no better. The same cheats, I think, work.
I mean, there's not very often that we get N64 emulation. The only thing I could think of is rare replay stuff. I don't know. It's exciting to me.
I have no nostalgia for the N64.
Young soul. Do you have any nostalgia for Family Feud?
Yes, I love Family Feud.
All right. So when you think of Family Feud, who do you think of as the host?
Well, Steve Harvey, just because he's the
All right,
one
what
I
about
usually
you,
watch. But Richard's better.
Who?
Who do you think of as the host of Family Feud?
Well, I think of Steve Harvey, but
All right. What about you?
I go back to Al from Tool Time.
I forgot he was a host.
Nate, what about you?
Oh, it's Louis Anderson, without a doubt.
Really? Is that your real?
No, it's Richard Dawson.
Circle gets the square.
He's the man.
No, actually, the first person I think of is Ray Combs. So,
Oh, I don't think Ray Combs.
General, do you know who
Hey,
I'm talking
can
about?
I jingle your jollies for a second?
Please.
This might get some of you excited, but the same
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who made Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, they have a couple other games. Specifically, I'm looking at PlayStation 4. And in late September last year and late March of this year, Pod Racer came out in June, just to put that out there. But they released Star Wars Jedi Knight 1 and 2. So I guess there could be a possibility of those coming. I think those are old games that people like.
Jedi Knight.
Any old games are good.
It's
Anyway.
also called Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is stuff that's getting people talking. It's always exciting to play old games instead of new
Interesting.
games. Anyway, the reason I was asking about Family Feud is because Family Feud apparently is coming out on the Xbox One. I completed the 360 version. I'm really excited for the One version. Hopefully, you can play online with people.
Let's keep this derail going. Yeah, Family Feud's
Yeah.
coming out. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is coming out, and Jeopardy is coming out, all within the
Another
next
Jeopardy?
few weeks. Yes,
1 versus
another
100?
Jeopardy.
Oh my God!
If you ask
Please
NBA Kirkland,
bring 1
he
versus
says
100
it is.
out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know why it's not the same developer, the same publisher, but all these game show games are coming out right at this new console.
I'm very much
Switch
okay
over.
with it.
I think it's
Corey-
time for Minute to Win It to make a comeback.
Corey and Kenny, if you don't know who Richard Dawson is, and you don't,
I know who Richard Dawson is.
I know who Richard is. I literally just said I know.
He said
who
Richard
is.
like he knows him personally.
really? Because
Yes.
I grew up on Ray Combs, and I didn't know about the Richard Dawson until the Game Show
Ray-
Network.
All right, what else did Richard Dawson host?
I was going to
Crap if I know.
make a point that he
Match
actually came under fire a couple years ago. People watching old episodes, he kisses all the female contestants on the mouth, every last one of them, and apparently people just discovered that a couple years ago for some reason, even though it's been known since the 70s.
Ray Combs. He looks like Pat Sajak a little bit.
Well, he
Oh,
was at
God,
some
the one that had,
WWF. He was at some WWF pay-per-view, so he's the best one.
Oh, that's why.
But I believe he took his own life. I want to say, you can verify that for me. But yeah, Family Feud, good game.
No, what we need is a supermarket sweep game.
Oh, yes. Another game show. I'm glad that that's coming back.
Pressure Luck.
Okay, now you could cheat that.
Well, yeah.
That's okay. You cheat
No
that just
whammies.
like the guy that cheated it. All these game shows
Pressure
games, yes.
Luck.
I'm very
I love
much
game
okay with
shows.
them all coming to Xbox. If Family Feud has online achievements, if we can get a 5v5 game going, we are absolutely getting community games going. That would be so much fun.
Family Feud
How's
does have online achievements.
Comes out November.
I would love to
Perfect
be
for
able
your
to play that with the
Series
community.
X.
All right, we'll talk more about it maybe next week. See if there's a price attached to it.
Well, I mean, it's actually time to start episode 119.
Yep, you're not wrong.
It really is.
And we'll talk about Extra Life next week.
I mean, you might as well plug it now. There is Extra Life plans. Maybe we'll have more next week, but it's coming up soon, November 7th.
Yeah, next week we'll talk about it.
All right. Yes. We've gone on for a long time.
All right, I
Let's
got
get
a
out of
Rocket League
here.
tournament to get to. Let's go.
All right. If you want to send us a Twitter tweet, you can do so on the Twitter at Achievements101. Check us out on Twitch, twitch.com/AH101. And we will be live streaming the show next week for our Patreon drawing and a gamertag challenge drawing and all that. So come hang out with us in chat.
We're going to give
We
away a
talked-
game
We'll give
as
away a bunch
well.
of stuff.
to anybody watching, so incentives.
Check out the YouTube. Shell did another Harvest Moon video, and Corey did a Feather video. That game is great.
And we'll be picking our GTC winner and our Patreon as well.
Yay, live
Did we already say
stream. We're excited.
Patreon?
He literally just said that.
He literally just said,
You guys reversed it on each other today.
there we go.
Oh, man,
right, maybe
speaking
I'll
of
get a-
Patreon.
Maybe I'll get a haircut for next week. Doubt.
If you will be so inclined.
Oh yeah.
Patreon.com/achievement-hunting101. We will greatly appreciate any support. And also Discord. Discord.io/AH101. Come hang out with us in the community. That's the place to be. All right. That's enough with the plugs. That's enough with the show. We've gone long. Thank you all for listening.
Happy birthday to you.
Class is dismissed.
Aw.
We're going to draw
Man.
a Patreon winner.
I forgot. I need to get a haircut. I'm not going to be able to. I have
Haircut?
such big,
We need to
gonna
look
have
good.
such big hair.
The few, the proud, the 50. These individuals stand amongst their peers as leaders. Leaders of the finest of leaderboards. They are proud, gamer-scoring Americans, and they lead their state. Today, we talk to the man who just recently clawed his way to the top of his flyover state. It took guts. It took persistence. It didn't take even 700,000. Regardless, at Milestone Musings, we are joined by the man who has the most gamer-scoring heart in the heartland. The #1 gamer in the state of Nebraska. He is Vulgar Latin.
Oh, hey. Thanks. Happy to be here.
All right. So, You did it! All right, so
Yeah.
welcome, and we're going to be dissecting this accomplishment of yours in due time. So, for those of you that don't know vulgar Latin, you might want to go listen to other podcasts, like not different podcasts, but other podcasts by us.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. That's the wording. Okay. Now, so first of all, tell us about your history with Nebraska. So have you been trapped there your whole life, or are you a transplant? So set the stage for why this milestone was important to you.
Sure. So I was born in Nebraska in a small town, and then I've just lived here my entire life. Went to college, the University of Nebraska, and, for being, it's not the biggest state. I think it's somewhere in the middle in terms of population and everything. It's, it's a fairly ho-hum state, but the reason I've always wanted to be at the top was because I started doing gamer score and achievement hunting in 2008. So, in the grand scheme of things, pretty soon after the 360 launched. And I knew that I could never be the top person. That was never going to happen. You just can't. It's not good. Maybe, but I couldn't do that. Right?
You don't have thousands upon thousands of dollars and thousands upon thousands of hours to invest into this hobby?
No, not like that. So
maybe I'm sorry, you don't have tens of thousands of each of those things?
Yeah, I don't have access to, and especially I started in college. I had to use medical research money to buy my first Xbox 360. I didn't have games to I had to just work with what I got. But what I could do was I could get to the top of Nebraska. And so before I found TA, there was a site, I think it's still around, called, I think it's Xbox America, something to that effect. But they had leaderboards for, the different states. I looked that up and I decided, I was like, yeah, if I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to try for number one in Nebraska. And yeah, so I've been at this for over 12 years now, almost 13 years. So this has been a very slow burn, you would say. Well, I took 3 years off. That's the other thing. So I did PC gaming. So if you ever look at my chart, you're going to see that there's this big 3-year gap where I just did not earn any achievements or do anything between 2013 and 2016. And so right when I got back at 2016, I had a job now that could buy that stuff. So I could actually make a good push, a concerted effort to actually go make a run at it. And I've been I finally did it. Took me long enough.
Well, I have some bad news for you. I looked up XboxAmerica.com, and according to it, you're in 10th place. But according to it, you still have 236,000 gamer scores. So I don't know that it's exactly reliable anymore, but the site still does exist, and it has you forever memorialized as the 10th.
Yeah,
the good news is that nobody looks at it. So there you go.
Yeah, that's that would be old. That's real old information. 200,000.
I'm probably not even on there for me, but yeah. So obviously you have a lot more than that now.
Yes.
So walk us through this milestone. Weave us a yarn of what happened. Speak your truth of this day that this 12-year journey came to fruition.
Sure. So I had started, since 2016, I came back to TA. I had an Xbox One now. I realized that there was just so much more opportunity to push, because gamer score has always been what I've cared about. It's just how it is. That's what I started with, so that's just what I went with.
I feel you, man. That's always been my motto, is just pick something and be good at that one thing, because you can't do everything. You can't be the best at ratio or and gamer score, or some people are completion people. So yes, I'm in your camp. I'm a gamer score guy.
Yeah, I was just like, let's just get the most. Yeah, my big thing is, at least for now, is like gamer score and completion percent. Let's just do those part and parcel. Try to get most of what I started. When I joined back up, I think I was in 25th place, and I had under 200,000 gamer score. So the real thing was just, rats on rats on rats. Like, I've done so many rats. I've done so many terrible games. And then with the Hall of Fame, I've always kept an eye on it. This is a gradual kind of slow build. But I had a rivalry going, that actually rivalry for this leaderboard position, which was, I believe, 5th, with a dude named Ragnarok. We kept fighting back and forth over this position where I'd be like, I got 5,000 more, and then I'd look and he'd have way more, and I'd just be like, we're fighting over this spot we didn't even know. And
then later you became allies.
Yes, we did. That's how we met for GTASC, was me going for this leaderboard spot, and then through him, that's actually how I found the Discord. So this it's actually a much bigger deal, that this leaderboard spot, because through it I've gotten done a lot more stuff and expanded and met more people through it because of it. But I got very, very close. So the 1st of October they do the Xbox Hall of Fame thing, and I realize I am in spitting distance of the former number 1. So the guy that I overtook, I am super, super close. And so I decided I'm going to do it. I got some ACA games, and I was just like, let's grind this out. And then when I passed him, this guy I know plays at night. You can just kind of tell. He plays in the middle of the night is when he has free time. He looks like someone that, has a second shift kind of job, is what I can glean from it. He doesn't even track the leaderboard, but I was like, I need to get 1,000 more than whatever he gets to cover wiggle room. And on the 7th I did it. Managed to do that with it's a combination of things, but it was an ACA game. It was, I believe, Samurai Showdown 5 or Samurai Showdown 5 Special. I did them both, and I did that on the 7th, which was my birthday. So, yeah, my 32nd birthday, I managed to buy myself a present and get to the top of a leaderboard.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's quite a gift to yourself. Huh?
Yeah, so I was very pleased with how that went down.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Just a sidebar, you have done 73 or 74 rats. You just have not finished one of them. So you have 73,370 gamer score and 74 rats. So
yeah, it's Rogue Cube is the one I never finished.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I know that one. That plan at the end killed me, and it just destroyed me inside. And I haven't gone back yet. I did something really stupid. I ran out of ammo, and I was like, what? Not that, but that. And then it was just downhill.
I'm just not good at it, so it's just gonna be 10 out of 11.
There you go.
What are you gonna do?
You're okay with that?
Yep.
So all right, so you went ACA for it, and let's see. Now I'm looking at it, and so you said that you passed him, and he worked. He does his gaming at night and all that good stuff, Now, are you talking about Brooks Stud? Is that the gentleman you're referring to?
That is his name, yes.
Okay, so right now you don't have a ton of wiggle room here. So what happens if he catches you or overtakes you? Is this goal going to be an ongoing goal, or is it like I reached the top of the mountain and now that I have obtained it, I am good to go?
No, I'm holding this. This is mine.
Okay.
I'm not letting people have it. Not unless someone wants to cheat and move to Nebraska. But the plan so far is to do what I've always done. Easy games. I still have a whole bunch of ACA games I can go back to. That well is not dry. They're always making more rats. And my plan is to just beat this guy senseless with volume. Just more.
So the secret weapon is volume.
Yeah, that's
just more.
That's how we won World War II. It wasn't that we had better tanks. We had more tanks.
Well, to an earlier point, I think you're safe because I don't think anyone's moving to Nebraska. But
he did actually. So I was the
Oh, he's a transplant.
Yes.
He's not even a real Nebraska.
Yeah, he moved or joined the site. I don't know but when I was in third place, a dude named Irritated Puppy had the leaderboard. I was in third. I was very close to passing both of them. It was Major Poopy who is number two.
Yeah, I was getting to those two.
Yeah.
What's up with the names up there?
I don't know.
Are they related?
I don't know.
I mean, the Irritated Poopy or Puppy made a Major Poopy.
Yeah, I've never even reached out to these guys either. I should at some point and just be like, hey, so for the past 4 years, I've been trying to pass you at Gamerscore in Nebraska.
Yeah,
and I finally did. But yeah,
I'm sure Irritated Puppy would handle that very well, given the handle Irritated Puppy.
Yeah, he's.
I'm sure
he'd be fine with it. He's number one in TA. He's by a large margin. That one I guess will come, but I'm like 200,000 back from that. It'll happen, but not soon.
Yeah.
So he actually, though, this Brooke Stud dude, while I was number 3, moved in and had raised the bar by like 50,000 points. And I was just like, oh, dude, come on. like now I went from being like 20,000 points back to being 70,000 points back. And I was like,
yeah, that's a little demoralizing.
It was super demoralizing.
I'm surprised you didn't reach out, and say, "Hey, welcome to Nebraska," and thanks a lot.
Yeah,
kind of a thing to Brooks Stud. So
I was like, yeah, because other people were like, "Oh, you can just move to someone else's state and become there," and I was like, "No, you don't understand. Like, it's not, it's not about that."
Right. Well, you kind of alluded to it here just now, but as far as going to another state, I would be remiss because this was like everyone's favorite Chief Whiz. It was state based, and we looked at all the different states, and I mean it received such glowing reviews.
High praise. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know people want me to go back to it. So here you go. Let's do a quick quiz here. So I'm going to name a state.
Okay.
And you say whether or not the Gamerscore leader of that state has more or less than the Nebraska leader.
Sure.
Which is you.
Yep.
All right. And then also to an earlier point, Nebraska is actually 37th in population in the United States.
GBR.
So I'm going to... Huh?
GBR. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go Big Red, dude. Nebraska.
Oh.
Sorry, I went to school here.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a thing. You'll pick it up.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
All right. GBR.
GBR.
Okay. GBR.
Yeah, go Big Red.
Are you saying GB?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying GPR.
No.
Okay. Well, obviously I know what GBR is, not
Yeah.
GPR.
Yeah.
Right. So I got states number 38 through 50 because let's be honest, y'all, you're not.
I'm not beating California.
You're not punching upwards
Yeah.
in any way. So number 38, Idaho.
I think I do beat Idaho. I think I'm number 1 in Idaho.
Nope. Nope, you do not. Okay. We're moving on. West Virginia.
I think there's like a millionaire in West Virginia. So no.
Yep, they have more.
Yep.
Hawaii.
I actually think they don't have any, like, I think their place is so beautiful they don't play video games there. So I think I would be number 1 in Hawaii.
You are actually, yes. So, Hawaii, I was like, that one makes sense. Why, Nebraska is so low doesn't really make as much sense because, there's not a whole lot of options out there, but that's okay. GBR, man.
Lower population, but yeah, a lot of football. We just watch football. That's it.
Okay, well, there's 6 other days a week. Okay. Well, actually, I guess 4 other days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the Fridays
football on every night.
Fridays high school football.
Yeah, Friday and then Saturdays.
College.
Y'all's time in the sun. In the sun, and then Sunday.
Gotta watch the Chiefs is a big one here.
Okay, Chiefs. That's y'all's market.
Because here's the thing: when you live in Nebraska, pro sports teams, you can just pick whatever you want, really. Because, I've known Broncos fans, I've known Bears fans,
Well, I think you get to do that if you don't have a team in your state.
Well, we have a lot of Packers, so it's
okay. You're right in the sweet spot. You got people, teams all around.
Exactly. You can pick, but a lot of Chiefs around here.
Okay, cool. All right, New Hampshire.
No, I think someone's higher than me in New Hampshire.
Okay, yes. I thought maybe you had received some bad news there for a second. You're correct. Yes, New Hampshire is higher. How about Maine?
I actually think I would be in Maine.
Yep. All right, Montana?
I think there's one dude with 800,000 gamer score in Montana, and everyone else is so far back. I think there's just one guy is the king of the castle, and that's it. So no, I think someone's
you sound yourself short, man. You would totally own Montana.
Oh, okay. I've actually looked this up before, so some of them I do know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Rhode Island and Delaware? I'll just do 44 and 45.
Yes.
No and no. Okay. How about the Dakotas? South Dakota, number 46, number 47, North Dakota.
Yeah, I think I can beat those dudes in the Dakotas.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Well, you'd be thinking wrong because they have more.
Darn it.
How about Alaska?
Yes. Number 1 is Chad and Jesse, right? I'm higher than Chad and Jesse.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, you are very good at beating up on these states that are not continental. So,
yes.
Very good. And then we're to the lowest of the lowest in population, Vermont.
Vermont. No, I'm not. I think there's someone higher than me in Vermont.
You're correct, and I believe it's planting, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then, lastly, come on, Wyoming, the least populated state in the union.
Yep, 5 people and a goat, and one of those 5 people I think has 800,000 gamer score, so I would not be higher.
You're correct. So hey, I just wanted to say congrats on beating Hawaii, Maine, Montana, and Alaska. So if things don't work out, you can go to those 4 places. And actually, you are higher than New Mexico, which is number 36. But,
and I'm actually, because I've looked this up before, Utah. I'm higher. I would be number 1 in Utah.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. Well, there you go. So those of you that tuned out or scrubbed forward because you didn't want to hear this Chief Whiz again, you can come back now. All right. So, for what it's worth, being a gamer score guy as well, in my view, you are the top gamer in your state. I don't care about TA. I don't care about any of that stuff. So, congrats to you.
Thanks.
Because it's something that I will never obtain personally. So, unless I move.
Yeah.
But you know what? I want to give you an opportunity to just dunk on Stud Brooks or whatever, Brooks Stud or whatever his name is. I want you to dunk on him and establish yourself as the people's gamer score champion of Nebraska. And I want to give you a chance to show off some of your Nebraska knowledge.
Oh, it's my Nebraska knowledge. Well, for one, I mean, it was a close race, Brooks Stud. I mean, you came in there in the 11th hour and you tried to take that whole championship. But at the end of the day, really, I'm better than him, and he doesn't know it yet. But maybe one day he will. And yeah,
send him a link to this. Send him a link to this podcast when it comes out.
Sure. Just
say scrub to this. And yeah, there you go. All right. Well, let's start off with this one. So we all know that nationwide there's a lot of Nebraska shaming going on, in the sense that was Nebraska. So how many track gamers on TEA are proud to fly the Nebraskan flag as their home state?
I want to say it's somewhere in the 350s, like 356.
Oh, you are on top of your game, my man. 352. Yeah. I cannot believe you got so close. So, what do you think is the actual number of gamers in Nebraska that just haven't come out yet?
So, I think it would actually be higher than that. I think there's a pretty good percentage of people that would have 360.
Wait. So, you don't think that there's people lying about being in Nebraska?
Well, I think there's just people that aren't on this. Oh, you meant like people that are just on TA, but they just put USA? Okay, yeah.
No, you said you think that it's going to be higher, so I thought, well, what would be the scenario where you think that it might be lower?
That's true, yeah. Oh, yeah,
there's a lot of people lying about living in Nebraska. I love it.
But, yeah, like, I don't know. I would say, I would put it in terms of Xbox 360 ownership that just, they never joined TA or whatever, it'd be tens of thousands. I'd say that's not, because there's other, like, my little brother and my dad have Xbox profiles. Like, a lot of people I know do. It just, they never joined up on the site.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, there's a groundswell. What if someone discovers TA and then you have to score another 50,000 or something? Ooh,
so,
man.
I am confident in saying that I actually do, because anybody that would have a higher gamer score probably knows about TA. Because it's
I think you're right.
You don't get to over 700 gamer score on a fluke, and you don't know about all these sites,
That's true. That would definitely be unusual. I would give you that. There's somebody that's just doing it all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, that'd be impressive though. They never looked up guides or anything about.
Yeah, like that's why I'm like, no, I'm pretty confident I have the highest one, because somebody would have come forward. That's my rationale anyway.
No, that's perfectly logical. All right, well, here's your second question. What is the name of Nebraska's oldest video game store that was established in 1993 in Omaha and currently has 5 locations in Nebraska and 9 locations in the much cooler Iowa?
So much cooler Iowa is very debatable, but I'm going to say it's Gamers.
You are absolutely correct. It is Gamers.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of I have one next to my apartment.
Oh, okay. It's one of the 5 locations in Nebraska, so that's pretty cool. I'm sure that everyone that within the sound of my voice is as familiar with Gamers as I am. So just let those people know how it compares to GameStop and such.
So the coolest thing about Gamers is that they actually keep all of the old systems and stuff, so you can go there and buy an NES or buy NES games. So they have a big backlog of stuff. So unlike a GameStop, that's kind of what they do. Plus, they offer better trade-in stuff if you're into that.
Mm-hmm. So the obvious question, do you have your yearly membership?
I do not. It's been a while since I've been inside of Gamers. I buy everything digital now. Who goes to the store?
Probably Brooks Stud. He probably has a yearly membership because he's all about Nebraska. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Supports his local Nebraskan businesses. Gets 10% off all his games, 10% more off or more on buy-ins, and can buy 4 games and get a 5th one free.
Yeah.
It's only $10 a year.
Oh, that's not bad. I might check it out.
All right. So, all right, let's move on. That was a free commercial for Gamers. Maybe they'll become a sponsor. All right, number 3. What's the name of what is probably the most famous game set in Nebraska?
3/4 Home?
Man, you're good. All right, yes. So, Why don't you tell people about the game?
3/4 Home is a game where you press A lot, and then you let it sit in the background while you eat dinner while the soundtrack plays, and there's a tornado.
I thought there was a dragon.
Oh, I remember there being a tornado. To be honest, I really wasn't paying much attention. But you can beat it in 2 to 3 hours. I think it goes on sale frequently for very cheap. It was like one of the first completions that I did when I got back on the completion train.
All right. Well, I figured given your rich history with Nebraska that I thought, probably playing that game was quite a treat because it showed off all the scenic, all the scenery that Nebraska offers.
Corn, yeah.
But for those of you who are interested in the game, here's a technical description of it. It says the game follows the struggles of one family. The protagonist, named Kelly, is driving through rural Nebraska when her mother calls, sparking a conversation that will change the upcoming events.
Yeah. Yep. That's where the tornado comes in. Yep. I remember it.
I swear it was a dragon. Now, yeah. So you said that it was one of your first completions. You have any idea when you finished it?
Oh.
I can give you a hint if you like.
No, I'm going to say that I completed it at some point in May or June of 2017.
Wow, that's pretty close. That's really good. It was actually in March of 2017.
Okay,
So,
because
late March even. So, I mean, we're practically into April.
yeah, so like I did that one with Qbot, and I was living at somebody else's house because I just broke up with my girlfriend at the time. It's a pretty vivid memory of doing that. Yeah, it was good times.
Awesome. So, you also mentioned that it was one of your first completions back. So, would you care to take a guess as to what completion number on the Xbox One that this was for you? Not the Xbox 360, but the One.
Oh, on the One, it was probably really early. I'm going to say in the teens, like 12.
Oh my goodness. You're so close. 13.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed. So you like, man, I really want to start this completions. Oh, this is a game about Nebraska. I'm all about Nebraska. Someday I'll be the #1 gamer in Nebraska. And so you just, bought it and played it instantly. I mean, you finished it in one day. I mean, can you believe that?
I certainly can. It's doable.
On a related note, do you have any idea what your first Xbox One completion was?
First Xbox One completion? Oof. Yep. Okay. The first completion I got was Lego Indiana Jones, which was offline. The first
360 or?
Yeah, it's a 360 one.
Oh, okay.
The first is it NBA 2K16 Prelude?
Ooh. I'm sorry, we're looking for tracks.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. We're looking for NBA 2K17 the Prelude.
Okay,
yes.
I forgot the year.
No, that's impressive. All right, that's cool. You got it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, that was back in the good old days before, everyone should be boycotting NBA 2K series because,
Oh, they're like, here's our demo that has achievements and you can get all of them in an hour.
Just foul, and you will get drafted #1 into the NBA just if you foul everyone to death.
And miss shots, and also I was like, I had a few problems because you start out in college, and I was like, the only Big Ten team is Michigan State.
Was that a struggle for you?
Well, I wanted to play for Nebraska.
GBR, baby.
Yeah, GBR.
Was that the name of your character? GBR? Or did you name him like Grant Barry Rudolph or something?
I think I named him like Biff McBighuge or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
No reason why, just because.
Mystery Science Theater reference.
Oh, okay.
And I also made him as short as I could possibly make him. I think he was 5'6".
Nice. That's an inspiration to a lot of people out there, seeing that he can make it all in the big leagues.
Just by fouling.
Just by fouling, and like, we cannot pass on this 5'6", individual who just cannot control his emotions.
You can hack a shack for days.
That's right. All right. So then your last question is a multi-part question. So you can't mention Nebraska without mentioning corn. In fact, I think you already said corn. So it's time for your corn quiz time. Now, note, these are the only games that have achievements with the word corn in them. Now, it has to relate to corn. So, no acorns, no corners, no cornucopias, no unicorns, no tunicorns. It is just corn. Okay, I just thought I'd make sure that was clear for anybody that would like to say, oh, well, there's an achievement called something about a unicorn. No, we're talking corn. I wouldn't,
not the band.
Do that during Nebraska Milestone Musing. We're sticking to corn. GBR, baby. GBR. Okay. Now, the question is, which game would you have to play in order to get the achievement that I'm going to give you here? So, there's a couple of them. So, let's start you off with, the achievement is Corn Identity. Your description is, enter the blank, and by blank I mean, if I put a word there, it would give away the answer, so I use blanks instead. Enter the blank stats room as a blank. Now, here's your note. I have your hint. I give you a hint on each one of these. It is listed in your library, but you've never played it.
That's a lot of games. I'm gonna say it's.
I got a plot if you need a little more help. Just let me know.
I want to say it might be Plants vs. Zombies, like one of the Plants vs. Zombies games.
You are absolutely correct. Yes, it is. It is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. So, there you go. I was going to give you the plot, but you didn't even need it. I'm impressed, man.
I'm good at quiz shows. Yeah.
You are so good at Nebraska. Oh, my goodness.
Some might say I'm the best.
Yes, I think even Stud Durkos or whatever his name was, I think he would even probably be agreeing. I mean, you are just, this is like, I don't know. I was about to say something that would need to be censored out. So let's just say that you're dunking on them in a very fierce manner. All right, your second Chivo is called Corn Cob. Your description is, watched a fearsome demon eat a corn cob. Your tip or your hint is, you have played this one and you have this Chivo. You popped it a couple months ago.
I guess.
The problem is you may not remember it.
Yeah, I'm like, this has to probably be something that I didn't actually play or like put in a thing.
All right, would you like the plot?
Yes, let's get a plot.
All right, your plot is, save your soul from being devoured by making delicious food.
Oh, is this strawberry vinegar? Is that it? Strawberry vinaigrette?
You are correct. Let me just say I'm super impressed because I played this game and I was writing this down. I was like, I don't remember anything about demons and something about your soul. I mean, I just was clicking and following the guide, and the dialogue all flew through real quick. So props to you.
It made sense. All of the stuff in there was was food in that game.
Yeah, that's you put two and two together. X would be very proud of you on that.
Oh.
So, because he would probably think that you actually,
I didn't read
watched,
it.
watched, maybe read even one screen of it.
Nope.
All right. I kept looking at the main character's lip gloss and was like, what is going on here? I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
All right. All right, your third one. Now, this one, this one's going to draw on some knowledge you may or may not have, so we'll see how it goes. The achievement is called Creamed Corn. So, just sidebar, how does Nebraska feel about creamed corn?
I'm for it. I don't know. I haven't asked everybody else. I'll ask them when they get back.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
The description is, saw every can of corn in blank destroyed. All right. Your note is, you have not played this, but this game is done by the same guy who did Maniac Mansion and the first two Monkey Island games. It's on the 360, and it is an arcade title. All right. I assumed you need the plot, but I mean, if you could guess it right now, I'll be really impressed.
If it's a Tim Schafer game, is that because if it was, that'd be a LucasArts kind of deal. So I kind of have an idea, but I will take the plot. My initial guess, I have an initial guess, but we'll see.
Okay. Your plot is Blank's story is based on a magical talking blank voiced by Stephen Stanton with a labyrinthine set of tunnels within it. Several characters drawn from across time and space are harboring deep secrets and have come to blank.
The cave.
Man, you are on top of it. That is impressive. All right. I didn't realize I was in the presence of Nebraskan just excellence. I mean, you are just killing this thing.
Thank you. I actually own the cave, but I always mean to play it, but it's an arcade title, so
yeah. So I actually have played it, but if you looked at my tag, you would never know it because this is just a random little gaming history of mine. Here is that. At some point, my Xbox 360 completely had a meltdown and it locked up my account. And so my old account used to be on my Yahoo address with ElroyOMJ at Yahoo, and then it just had a meltdown and Xbox could not recover it. So I had to switch it to a different email. And in the process, they salvaged my achievements, but I could never use ElroyOMJ at Yahoo ever again. So that's why my gamer tag is actually a different version. It's my name at Yahoo. And, but while my Xbox 360 was freaking out and would not connect, I played this on the Wii. And so I actually played through the cave on a different system because my 360 was being stupid. So, but yeah, and so cream corn. In case you're curious, there's this can, and you can only carry a couple items, and so you have to actually, I believe it was this one. You have to bring the cream corn through the entire game, so you have to keep dropping it and then going back and picking it up and advancing to the next area, and you have to bring the cream corn all the way from the start to the finish or something.
Oh man.
I think that's it. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. That might have been something else. It might have been a postcard or something. I can't remember. But anyway, it was a really cool game. It's definitely worth playing. It's just a shame that it only has 250 points, so we'll never will. So. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're just. I have a feeling that this is not gonna. I feel like you're just gonna coast out because these seem easy compared to a game you've never even played. All right. Your achievement is Hardcorn Mode. All right. A little play on hardcore with corn. Okay. Hardcorn Mode. Your description is finish the game having fought every battle with candy corn in your party. Now,
Costume Quest 2?
Yes, that is absolutely correct. It didn't need the hint, didn't need the plot. Maybe I should be writing harder questions.
Well, to be fair to you, I've been scouting that one because it's October when we're recording this. So it was a Chewy's challenge. It's one of the spooky games. So I was looking ahead.
It is indeed. Yeah, you've played the first one. I was a little surprised. You played it 8 years ago. You played the first one. And I'm the opposite. I've played the second one, but I've never touched the original one because it's, again, arcade.
Well, it's worth it. It's pretty quick, breezy. I would highly recommend it. Nice 250 pointer.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the Costume Quest 2, so yeah, I might consider it.
You won't. It's okay.
I just considered it, and you're right. I decided not to.
Yeah.
All right. And then lastly, so again, another question. How do Nebraskans feel about popcorn? Is it an abomination? Oh, okay, I didn't know it was like an abomination of the product or what. So, all right, so 4 cream corn, 4 popcorn. Okay. So here's there's a preface to this. There are a crap ton of popcorn chivos out there that range from like a wide range of games. There's at least 25 to 30 of them, and I didn't think we should go through each one. However, there's only one that has popcorn spelled in 2 words. It's pop space corn, which leads to the achievement. No more popcorn. I assume you were just going to tell me what it was.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. The description is, you get the microwave emitter.
Okay.
Your note is, or your hint is, you have played this game, and you have completed it, and you have this achievement, and this all went down a couple years ago.
Oh, gosh. Lots happened since then.
Would you like a plot?
Yes, I'll take a plot.
All right. Your plot is, plan for the destruction of all things that aren't awesome. I feel really bad about asking this one last.
Yeah, this is
It's a quick playthrough.
Yeah, I imagine it was, because I don't...
It has a female protagonist.
Okay.
Point and click.
Point and click. Oh, man, I'm drawing a blank here.
Cartoony looking look to the game. Oh, has... The main character of this makes an appearance in another game where you're basically slaughtering pigs.
Yeah, I'm going to tap out, man. I don't know.
Oh, man. And then what we heard was the leaps of joy from Stud Duke that, thinks maybe there's a chance that I can be more Nebraskan. But the answer we were looking for was Mechanica.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that little girl, and she builds things that destroy things, and then she has an appearance in that other one where I forget the name of it, but there's like a pig, and
it's Agatha Knife.
Yeah, Agatha Knife, and the guy in the trailer that's awesome. He does very dramatic movements with his cape.
Ah, dang it! Yep, that description did not give me a lot to go off of.
That's what it says on Xbox's website, is plan for the destruction of all things that aren't awesome. That's literally all it says. So, but you know what? You don't hang your head here, because you destroyed the rest of it. I mean, I asked how many track gamers in Nebraska, and you were off by like 5 or so, or 2. I don't. Yeah, you nailed gamers. 3/4 home was all you, and then you got 4 out of 5, and all you didn't know was Mechanica. I think that is definitely a win. So I think you passed.
Good.
Yep. You get the GBR Trophy of Excellence.
All right. Fantastic.
Yes. So anyhow, is there anything else you wanted to comment on your wonderful position? Would you like to again address the masses that are looking up at you, envious of your rank?
Sure. Well, I want to thank everybody that helped out getting a lot of the achievements and, not getting it, but helping me out by, during all the boosting sessions and everything that was required. It, in a lot of ways, it took a lot more than just me to do a lot of these things, solutions and all the guides and everything. So, yeah, it's thanks to everybody. There's more people than I could ever possibly name, but yeah, so thanks to all them. Thanks to everybody for listening.
Absolutely. Well, all right. Well, that leads us out. So this has been a Milestone Musings. If you would like to talk about a milestone of your own, let us know. And maybe it could be you discussing your state. Maybe Montana or Hawaii or something.
Alaska's open, I hear. You can do that one.
Yeah, they need a hero in Alaska. So, all right. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you, Mr. Volger, for joining me today.
Happy to be here.
Later, guys.
See you.
Hello, I'm Wakapeil, and welcome to an Achievement Hunting 101 review of the explosive puzzler CrossKrush, developed by Thin Ice Games and published by Ratalaika with a regular price of $5. It has 16 achievements worth 1000 gamer score and right now 1200 TA, but it will likely drop as the game has only been out for about a week, and it is one of the less straightforward Ratalaika published games to complete. It is far from difficult and not very time consuming, but it is a bit unusual. CrossKrush, spelled CrossKrush, is a puzzle game starring an elderly couple whose peaceful home is one day disturbed by a new highway. Henry and Florence is not happy about their new circumstances and decides to do something about it. Something being destroying any cars that dares drive by their home. The game features 100 waves of cars spread over 10 levels to deal with by placing bombs or destroying cars by repeatedly hitting them with your cane. There are also a few other power-ups, but they are not very common. The graphics are colorful, highly readable, but unexciting. I like the animation of the old lady running around whacking cars with her cane, but actually wrecking the cars looks not as fun as it could. The cars slowly make their way across a bridge using a varying number of lanes, but only in one direction. Your score is based on how many cars you destroy, with a bonus tied to how few bombs or cane destructions you perform per wave. But the score in itself does nothing, and only certain wave bonuses are tied to achievements. You don't have to destroy every car in a wave to progress, and the fastest way to complete a level is by destroying an ambulance, which will give you an inconsequential score reduction and freak out the other cars, which will end the wave. On top of the normal cars of varying sizes, there is the aforementioned ambulance, which is the only car the game thinks you should avoid to destroy. The TNT car, which immediately explodes, a white van, which has a delayed explosion, and a roller, which speeds up if a lane is clear, repairing any broken asphalt it passes. While the cars don't mind broken roads, you can't place bombs on broken roads for some reason. There are multiple modes, changing the game slightly by altering your health and the speed the cars traverse the bridge, but as long as you complete a level, progression is shared between them, and there is only one mode you have to play to get all the achievements. However, I'd recommend playing normal or fast mode if you just want progress, as I believe you have to get to the middle of level 10 to unlock your final achievement, which is for turning into a giant and stomping 10 cars. If you haven't bothered with blowing up a car as it passes the crossing, which sees them escaping, or found it difficult, you can get the giant power-up, then walk down to the crossing to destroy any incoming traffic. The giant power-up is not available until sometime in level 10. Some achievements require you to complete specific tasks on specific waves. Should you fail one of these waves, you can restart them using the pause menu. CrossKrush is well made and has a funny premise, but it is thin on content. Unless you chase a high score, the game is super easy and you can just clear up a lane, then wait until the rest of the cars pass. I ended up actively sabotaging my score by destroying ambulances to get through the game quicker, which is not the way it is intended to be played. Once the novelty of playing as an old man or lady blowing up cars has worn off, there is nothing left aside from achievements keeping you playing. I award CrossKrush 2 car bombs out of 5. Have a nice day, everyone.